no matter where, no matter when. We will be there. At Freedom, we develop competition pools for all types of sport events. Because we are Freedom, the perfect pool experience.
Very good morning to you. Welcome to the National Aquatic Centre in Abbottstown in Dublin, Ireland. We are here for the inaugural LEN European Under-23 Swimming Championships. 3 days absolutely thronged with action. It is a great venue. It hosted the European Short Course Championships 20 years ago, and also the European Para Swimming Championships in the past 5 years. It is a brilliant venue, a durable venue, and we are really looking forward to some great action for these first ever European Under-23s. So greetings from Will Downing and David Thompson. We're with you for the 3 days of competition, and this is what we have coming up this morning. It is a morning of heats, starting with the women's 50 breaststroke featuring Anita Batazzo, top 5 finisher in the recent World Championships in Fukuoka, but also Mona McSharry, who's been European and World Junior Champion from an Irish point of view, and picking up now major senior medals too. Men's 200 breaststroke, that'll be underway 7 minutes after. Women's 100 butterfly, there'll be multiple heats of course in all of these. Men's 200 freestyle, women's 50 backstroke, men's 50 breaststroke as well, rounding off with the mixed 4x100 meters medley in around 2 hours time, plus the slow heats of the women's 800 freestyle and the men's 1500 freestyle. So over the next 2.5 hours it will be very, very busy, and David Thompson, absolute pleasure for Dublin to get these championships and to get the ball rolling in terms of the history of the European Under-23s.
Yes, Will, thanks very much. So happy to be here on the mic with Will for next 3 days of action, so packed with action for 3 days. You know, usually these kind of competitions are a lot longer, maybe 5. The Olympics will be up to 8 days, World Championships up to 8 days. So, you know, packed into 3 days, and we actually have a interesting freestyle skins event tomorrow, which I'm really looking forward to, because that really brings a real different kind of aspect to the sprint events. But myself, I was a former Irish international swimmer, raced at this pool countless times, Will, and it's so amazing to see finally, you know, a major competition coming to the shores of Ireland here. So pool looks absolutely fantastic. I've never ever seen it like this, so there's a great buzz, great energy about the place. I can't wait for it to get going. Now,
we were just talking earlier, I mean, we did have the European short course here, famously in 2003. You've really strong memories of that, do you?
Well, I was disappointed you thought I would remember it. Well, I must look pretty old, but no, so yeah, I remember watching it back, Andrew Bree getting the silver medal in the men's 200 metre breaststroke short course. So yeah, so fantastic. You know, I think the pool was built for that event, if I'm not mistaken. So it's great to have an event like this back, you know, some 20 years later.
Now, Andrew Bree is here. He is actually the stadium commentator, one of 2 stadium commentators for these Euro Under-23s. Oh, good, yeah. Which is all gratifying and all very, very good to see. And yeah, it's going to be a good one, I think, in terms of the week's action. Some very, very big fields. Now, the United States and South Africa are here as well. They are allowed to swim for special medals, but obviously it is the top 3 Europeans who get the main set here.
Yeah, I mean, I think LEN have invited them here to, you know, sort of bring a bit more of a spectacle to the event, have the Americans and the South Africans come as well. So, you know, a lot of US swimmers, you know, who maybe didn't quite make the rigorous cut to make the World Championship team, you know, the US swimmers from their their trials for the Olympics, Worlds, whatever it may be for that year. They always swim it in June, so it's very, very late. So any swimmer who's eligible for this event in terms of being under the age of 23 from the US and didn't quite make top 2 for the World Championships just gone there maybe 2 weeks ago in Fukuoka are here. So there's a real class of Americans in the field, as well as some really strong South Africans, including Matthew States, I'm really looking forward to, and Peter Kurtze, the famous backstroker. He's a medalist from Commonwealth last year, so yeah, really strong contingent.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And obviously we have 42 nations here as well. All of the major swimming nations have made it here. There is, for Ireland, a selection of 14 here, quite a lot of whom have recently been in Fukuoka for the World Championships.
Yeah, and I mean, I think Mona McSharry being the standout, as well as Daniel Whiffen, are the two main sort of Irish swimmers that were, you know, medal contenders a few weeks ago in Fukuoka. Daniel Whiffen, super unlucky, 4th place in that men's 1500 metre freestyle. You know, he just couldn't really get in the race at all. You know, his best time would have got him a medal, but best times don't get you medals. And then McSharry as well, who was, you know, that 5th in that 100 metre breaststroke, but she was 2nd up until I think 99 metres. I don't know how she didn't get her hand on the wall. But amongst others, Alan Walsh, I'm looking forward to watching. And some great junior swimmers like John Short, that new Irish senior record holder in the 200 metre backstroke. So really looking forward to seeing some local swimmers battle it out on the big stage here.
And if you're watching in Dublin, you are very, very welcome to come here. The morning sessions, the 3 of them all start at 9:30. The evening sessions for the finals at 6 p.m. and tickets are still available. And obviously you can get a season ticket for the 3 days also. So we'll be starting off very shortly with the heats of the women's 50 metres breaststroke, 3 heats in that. Men's 200 backstroke, 4 heats there. Followed then by the women's 100 butterfly, in which we'll have 4 heats also. And in the morning sessions, so many racers will be skimming through the introductions very quickly there. A lot more time to breathe, obviously, when we reach the finals. But your experience in terms of championship swimming, just get through the heats as best you can, get through the early morning sessions, and then take it easy for a few hours.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, you know, your sort of level. If you're very, very comfortable to make a final, you know, you don't have to exert yourself 100% in the heats to get back for the final. There's no point in going max effort in the morning, because you'll just tire yourself out more for that final. So some of the better swimmers will take it a bit easier this morning. They'll have more of a cushion. But some of those swimmers that are fighting, battling for that, you know, final position, you know, they'll have to go, you know, 100% here in the morning to make it back tonight. And yes, then there's a good gap between the heats and the final, so some 6 hours to rest, recover, get an ice bath, you know, have some food, have a sleep to get back for tonight. So it's only 3 days of racing, so it'll be intense for these swimmers.
But especially those for whom there will be multiple chances of medals as well, David.
Oh yeah, massively. You know, a lot of you'll see a lot of the same swimmers pop up, so they're going to have to be really, really on it.
So the women's 50 metres breaststroke, this is the opening heat of 3. Fastest going in this, Caitlin Dobler of the United States, who's been a 30-36 swimmer entering this. She's in lane 4. Kastine Tabor of Denmark next up, 31.16. European junior silver and bronze medalist previously. Bronze in the 4x1 medley relay this year. Silver in the 50 breaststroke last year. So Erekina, Celik, Nikolova, Dobler, Taber, Delange and Samanshi are the 7 who go in this. And in a way, this is just what you want to get. Just get the race out of the way in the morning, both in terms of the competitors here, but also the event. First race on, there we go. Now we've got the rhythm going.
Yeah, there's going to be definitely a few nerves before the first race, you know, dust off some of them cobwebs to get into the meet. And especially now, we're in mid-August now almost, so very, very late in the swimming season. So a lot of these swimmers have been swimming since literally the end of August last 2022, so they've been training and racing for almost a whole year, so the bodies will be tired, the bodies will be ready for a break. you know, but sometimes right at the end now you'll get, your body can do extraordinary things after a year of training. So all these swimmers here will have a wee bit more of an extended break after this, and maybe not touch the water again until mid-September, early September. So yeah, and like I said, a lot of them coming from World University Games, World Championships, whatever it might be. So here's the first heat walking out now. Can't wait for the racing to start.
Yeah, absolutely. Here are the 7 and the familiar colours of Slovenia, that lime green, which they've adapted as their national colour and which is absolutely unmistakable. So women's 50-metre breaststroke to begin. Caitlin Dobler of the United States in 4. They have generally set the third placers from the US trials. And they are trying to get the green medals, which are the special invitational ones. They and South Africa, Caitlin DeLonge as well in 6. So it's Erakina of Cyprus in 1, Celik of Slovenia in 2, Nikolova Bulgaria 3, WUSA 4, Tabo Denmark 5, DeLonge of South Africa in 6, and Samanci of Turkey in lane 7. Women's 50 breaststroke. Where they go, and it's a very good start for Tabor of Denmark in lane 5, who's emerged strongly, and also Dobler of the United States in lane 4, approaching halfway. It's Dobler in the lead, Tabor in second place, DeLonge pushed back into third, but looking very good. Caitlin Dobler of the United States, the top seed, going into the slight advantage over the lane. Skastine Tabor, she's going to take the victory in this heat, not by a huge amount, but by enough. 30.89, Dobler takes it. And in second, Samanci had come up well for Turkey, 31.70. Nikolova third, 31.87. Dobler with the victory.
Yeah, Dobler by far had the best entry off a dive, just held that glide really, really nicely. She had about a half a metre lead coming into that 15 metres, and she just extended comfortably through, so she'll be safely back for tonight's finals.
So Dobler, Taro, Samanci, the 1, 2, 3 there. Dobler with the victory, 30.89 seconds. Decent margin of victory for the American. Heat 2 on the way. Featuring in this, Mona McSharry of Ireland, the former European and World Junior champion. European short course, World short course bronze. Fadavikova in 1, Bukvic 2, Angelaki 3, McSharry 4, Klidipsa, Lahtinen, Pekesi, Stoimanova. They're the 8 in this second heat of the 3. So Mona McSharry will have a lot of the home support, all the home support really, in lane 4, but coming well is Clint Ibser as well of Sweden, former European Junior bronze and silver, 3 of them in the past few weeks of this year's European Juniors, but it is Mona McSharry who's taken a strong advantage here for Ireland in lane 4, Clint Ibser alongside in 5, but McSharry's going to take the honours here by a nice margin, 30.66. McSharry takes it, Clint Ibser in second, and Bekesi of Hungary in third spot. 30.66 the winning time. McSharry taking it well.
Yeah, McSharry in the class of her own again, very similar to the heat before. Took a lead at the start and just extended the race through. And she's got a very high kind of stroke rate, not much kind of width to her arm pull, and just the whole way through she was a 30.66, entered a 30.29 from World, so she'll be looking to really try and push that sub 30 tonight maybe.
Yeah, Mona McSharry taking a 30.66 for Ireland. Olivia Clint Ibser second for Sweden, 31.26, and Esther Bekesi third for Hungary, 31.99. E3 next, fastest of this, Anita Patazzo of Italy, 5th in the recent World Championships in Fukuoka. Eva Kummin of Norway, Lydia Manson of Sweden, Mary Matai of Croatia as well. So Kummin 1, Manson 2, Mattia 3, Patazzo 4, Aisling Stadley 5, Murto 6, Reebok Anderson 7, Gillian David, Great Britain in lane 8. And away they go in this third heat of the 3 in the women's 50 breaststroke. Solid start, as you'd expect from Petazzo, considering her recent form. She's a 30.23 swimmer, and obviously the fastest seed going into this competition, and leading the way well in lane 4, along with Sling Stadley alongside her of Norway in 5. Falling back a bit, Matthias now beginning to emerge for Croatia, but it will be Petazzo to take it for Italy. 30.08 with Matthias in second and Sling Stadley in third for Norway. Good victory for Petazzo that was, and she will progress in 30.08, and that in a lifetime best as well, 30.08. Job done, and nothing much for her to worry about.
Yeah, she's going to take some beating tonight. Well, that speed in that last 15 was just scary. 30.08, that would have got her higher at Worlds. I think you said she was 5th at Worlds, so that might have got her even 4th or so. So she'll be under tonight. Expect her to be under 29, so it's going to take a 29 to win. That's serious speed, that 30.08.
Petazzo taking it, fastest time of the lot, fastest heat of the lot. So Petazzo qualifies 30.08. McSharry, second fastest 36.6. Doubler for the United States. Clint Ibsa for Sweden. And the reserve will be Taya Nikolova of Bulgaria, 31.87. Esther Bikeji, a reserve also. So that's the European Under-23s underway. It's always great to see full stands here. There has been a prime location, obviously, for the European short course and the Paris Swimming Championships as well recently. So we go into the men's 200 backstroke here. 3 in the opening heat. Darno van der Merwe of South Africa, Nicholas Pedersen of Denmark, and Liam Veby of South Africa. Fastest times qualifying across the 4 heats as usual. Not off-putting at all that one of the South African swimmers, Darno van der Merwe, is wearing a red cap.
I was just looking at that. Tux.
Very true.
I wonder what tux means. I don't know.
They are one of the prime clubs in South Africa.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
They have been guests here actually for the Summer Championships previously. Attached to the University of Pretoria. They are the Tukkies from the Transvaal University College. So the 200 backstroke underway. Darno van der Merwe in 3, Nicholas Pedersen in 4, Liam Veby of South Africa in 5. Pedersen the fastest going into this at 2:07.97. This is almost, you could say, a training run for them all, but we'll see how fast they can go. Approaching the 50 mark, and it is Liam Veby who leads for South Africa, and actually leading by a good margin after the first 50. 28.40 ahead of Pedersen in second spot, and the almost Danish looking van der Merwe in third, 1:13 behind, but still a good distance to go, Dave.
Yeah, 200 metre backstroke, very different to what we just saw in the women's 50 breaststroke. So, you know, those swimmers seem to go out very quickly there. They seem to have a high stroke rate on this, the first 50. So coming into this 100 metres now, they're going to want to keep that momentum, keep that build going. Okay, and this third 50 is going to be the key. You're going to have to come off this wall, use at least 5, 6, maybe even 7 kicks. Let's see. Yeah, so it is Veby ahead. So he comes straight up. You want to try and almost stay under. He's out in a 60.5. So, you know, sub 210s all around. He'll be the goal.
Yeah, Veby well in control at the moment and looking very good for it in lane 5, but he hasn't really shaken off the other two so far. Pedersen in 4 for Denmark. still progressing quite good, and Baby as well. There's always a good opening for a nice sprint in the final 50. Here comes the last turn. Baby still in control, just turning 1:33.21, but a half a second advantage over Pedersen in second spot. Van der Merwe remaining third throughout. Just the psychological advantage of getting a win in a heat. And now in the final 50, Nicholas Pedersen is beginning to speed up and is hitting the front with less than 15 to go. It's tight now between Pedersen and Baby. Baby leading for most of this. Pedersen looking at the final touch of the wall, and he did. 2:05.73. Pedersen takes it. We've temporarily lost the time for Baby, but Baby finished just about 0.3 behind. It is Pedersen who takes it. Baby in second spot, 2:05.73, the winning time in the end, and that was a nice victory for Pedersen. He can take that away. 2:05.73. Well, only 200ths in the end between them. That time ratified. Baby edged out by 200ths of a second.
Yeah, it just shows you Baby had a bit of a really long finish into the wall, and Pedersen just snuck in there to win by 200ths of a second. 2:05, that's best times for both those swimmers. So on to heat 2, the first of our 3 seeded heats.
And the fastest going in this heat 2 for Charlie Brown of Great Britain, 1:58.21. Alongside him in 5, Jan Čeka of the Czech Republic. Just about 0.4 off that time. European Junior silver medalist in lane 1 for Ukraine. That was in the 200 individual medley at the European Juniors in 2021, Vadim Naumenko.
Charlie Brown has been sub 158 before, so he's entering the 158.2, but he's been 157, so expect maybe around the 2 minutes just sub mark here in the mornings. The 200 backstroke is stacked well.
Yeah, it is a quality field. You just look at the European Junior champions, Commonwealth champions, not just in this 200 backstroke, but right across the board. I expect some fast times in the finals tonight. We'll see what times we get in the heats first, though, of course. Heat 2. So Morana in 0, Naumenko in 1, Sanice, Pavlovic in 2, Jan in 3, Brown 4, Čeka 5, Klusman 6, Danziger 7, and Stankovic of Lithuania in lane 8. It's not a bad start, actually, I have to say, in lane 0 by the Israel swimmer Adam Morana, and also in lane 5, Jan Čeka of the Czech Republic, who is a 1:58 man this season. Brown moving up well alongside, hitting the first 50. Brown will definitely be up there, there's not much doubt about that. Brown leading Stankovic by 100th of a second as the Lithuanian moved up really well in lane 8 there for the final few metres of the opening 50. Klusman at the moment of France in 3rd spot.
Yeah, pretty tight field here in the first seeded heat of the men's 200 metre backstroke. I really like the look of Charlie Brown, our fastest qualifier to this. The second heat, he looks really strong, just accelerating down that second 50, as well as 2 lanes above him. It is Klusman of France as well, so this is going to be kind of tight. These swimmers, the first of the seeded heats, so they don't really know what they have to go to get back, so they kind of need to put the burner down ever so slightly, but Brown looks to be so steady, that head isn't moving at all. Really strong leg kick, doesn't he? Coming down to this, the last turn, 25 to go.
Brown, Klusman, Danziger, the 1-2-3 at halfway. They're still the 1-2-3 now. They've got a really good, decent advantage. Stankovic still there in 4th spot. Heat 2 of 4 this is. Charlie Brown looking to open up his advantage even more, and he has done over Klusman. 0.82 of a second into the final 50. Danziger in 3rd spot. Čeka, the Czech Republic, in lane 5 has fallen back quite a bit. Fallen back even more now. No real difficulty for Charlie Brown in terms of winning this heat, at least. Looking for a very, very decent time if he can pull it off. It's been pretty much the same 1-2-3 all the way through. Brown for Great Britain, Klusman of France, Danziger of Israel. They look as if they're going to finish that way too. Brown at Taker, 1:58.23. Danziger in 2nd, takes that for Israel, and Klusman in 3rd for France. Finally overtaken at the end. Taker down in 6th spot, but Charlie Brown not much difficulty for him in the end. That is a decent time of 1:58.23.
Yeah, it's fantastic for Charlie Brown there, 1:58.2. He'll control the whole race, like you said. Well, just didn't really look back, especially coming down that second length. He was just accelerating always. His rate looked like there was intent, and he just looked fantastic. 1:58.2.
Yeah, so Charlie Brown takes it for Great Britain. 1:58.23. Danziger in second for Israel, and Klusman third for France. Primoz Sunica Pavlovic third for Slovenia. Into Heat 3. We've got quite a few European Junior champions to watch over the next couple of heats. Hunter Tapp, third in the US Trials, bronze in the US Trials. He goes in fourth. John Short, fourth in the European Juniors a couple of weeks ago in the 200 backstroke. Here's in lane 5. And the European Junior champion in 2021, Berka Sackett, he goes in lane 3. But John Short from Bluefin Swimming Club in Galway, the Irish record he set in those European Juniors, just being edged out of the medals. That was 1:58.63, something for home viewers for these Dublin Championships to keep an eye on. So all set for Heat 3 of 4 in this men's 200 backstroke. So Gartman in 0, Levterov in 1, Malitz in 2, Saka 3, Tapp 4, Short 5, Makrogiannis of Greece in 6, Mira, Alba Ledecko of Spain in 7, Andre of France in 8, and Yuditsky of the Czech Republic in lane 9. Good start by Hunter Tapp, Hunter A. Tapp of the United States, as you would expect. Short seems to be back in third at the moment. Makrogiannis of Greece moving up into second visually. But it is Tapp who leads. Gartman doing brilliantly for Switzerland in lane 0 in second place. And Makrogiannis in third, just getting up ahead of Short, who was in 5th spot for Ireland there.
Yeah, Hunter Tapp shares the forename of another famous Hunter swimmer from America, and Hunter Armstrong, the world record holder in the 50 metres backstroke. Hunter Tapp looks really, really good. So smooth. He was 7th at the US Trials only a month or so ago, so he's going to be through in well sub 60, 57.3, looks really commanding. Short trying to hang tough there in third.
He's doing that, he's moved up in third spot at halfway. Tapp leads by 1.15 over Makrogiannis, but Short recovered really well to move his way up into third spot, approaching 150 of the 200 here, and he has gauged this really well, the Galwegian, based in the National Centre in Limerick, coached by Jean Trubnik and Ian Claxton. So coming up to 50 to go here. It's been Hunter Tapp's race so far, and he leads 1:28.77, but Short is now in second place for Ireland, and Alba Ledecko in third for Spain. Short is 1.3 behind. He's recovered really well from an Irish point of view here. Remember his Irish record, 1:58.63, but Hunter Tapp has been well in control here, and it's an absolute line between lanes 1, 5, 6 and 7 in terms of who's going to take second place. Levterov, Short, Makrogiannis and Mira. So Tapp is looking really good to get the tap, to get the win, but who'll be second? Levterov gets it. Short in third place. Tapp wins 1:58.32, and margin in the end of just about a second and a third over Levterov, and John Short recovered well for third spot.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, I thought he was just out too slow. Was Short. You know, he came back pretty well, second, third, 50, but over 2 minutes. He'll be back for tonight's final, so no problems there. Hunter Tapp looked really smooth in a 1:58.32, yeah, with Levterov in second as well.
So Tapp takes it for the United States, 1:58.32 with Levterov in second, Makrogiannis in third, along with John Short. That was a dead heat in the end between Makrogiannis and Short. As we go into the fourth and final heat, and this features the Commonwealth Games champion of the 100 backstroke, bronze in this 200 backstroke in Birmingham last year, Peter Kurtzer, the world junior champion over 200 back. Quality man, 1:56.05 is his time coming into this. So we've seen the fast USA representative and Hunter Tapp. Here's the very fast South African representative Peter Kurtzer, and if you've joined us late, wondering why the USA and South Africa are in a European Championship, they're here as guest teams. They're running for invitational medals and swimming for invitational medals as well. Heat 4 of 4, men's 200 backstroke. Just a slight reset needed. Philip Kaczynski as well, European junior gold, 4x1 mixed medley relay for Poland in 2021.
Yeah, well, it's not ideal now. Been a slight technical problem after the swimmers have got in the water, so that pool temperature, folks, is quite cold. It's not warm at all. So if you were to just jump in and like you would do on holiday, it's freezing cold. So these swimmers now are just, their body temperatures plummeting as this is being fixed. It's so not ideal for these swimmers, so they want to keep moving around as best they can. You'll see them here.
Yeah, they are quite static at the moment. The conversation seems to be with Philip Kaczynski, just trying to get his strapping set. That looks to be the problem in Kaczynski's lane. The man who has been, in terms of the medley relay, European champion, bronze in the 200 backstroke in the European Juniors last year, bronze in the 4x1 medley relay as well. I think we're set to go now. Heat 4 of 4, men's 200 backstroke. So it's Fulton in lane 0. Schwartzy of France in 1. Desange of France in 2. Kaczynski, Poland 3. Kurtzer of South Africa in 4. Jaschko of Hungary in 5. Van Westering of the Netherlands in 6. Lazar of Italy in 7. Blonsky of Israel in 8. And Busing of Germany in late 9. European junior gold in his own right. 400 IM back in the European Juniors in 2021 as we hit 50, and it is Kurtzer leading 27.38, half a second almost over Adam Jajo. He's come back quite well for Hungary in second spot, and Van Westering in the Netherlands in 3. Decent 1, 2, 3, 4 spot to Schwartzy of France, who's just about a second behind in 4th place.
Yeah, Kurtzer looks like he's coasting here. He's entered a 156 flat. Yeah, but quite tight though, right above him in 5. Jazo of Hungary looking really quite strong too, but expect Kurtzer to kind of up this now. 57.5 is chilling for him, so expect him to kind of up this pace and just do enough to kind of get back for tonight's finals.
Kurtzer, Van Westering, Jajo, the 1, 2, 3, and Kurtzer, you just kind of feel is swimming a little bit in reserve at the moment. It is the heats, there's no need to go full tilt. You're good enough, you can definitely do that. He is good enough. But now Jajo is beginning to force his way back at him, and Van Westering as well. It's going to be very little between these two. I'm not sure if Kurtzer will be in the lead. He is only just taking it by 0.2 with 50 to go ahead of Van Westering. He's moved up well in second spot, and Jajo now in 3rd, but they're divided by 0.6 in the final 50. This may well be where Kurtzer begins to put the hammer down a little bit, but Van Westering for the Netherlands, well, he's got a chance of getting a bit of a heat scalp here if he wishes to. Just marginally in front, certainly even with Kurtzer in the final 25. Here comes the final touch. It's Van Westering who does take it, and Jajo in 2nd and Kaczynski in 3rd. Kurtzer was in 4th spot, 1:59.88. They accelerated well in the final 50, but it's Adam Jajo of Hungary who gets the win, 1:59.11.
Yeah, Kurtzer just sort of looked a bit lethargic down that last length there. You know, got touched out for 4th. He'll be good enough to get back for tonight. But 4th position there. Van Westering, great swim. Just came through really strongly, and there's confirmation for the final. I'm sorry, that's for this heat.
Yeah, Van Westering taking it. Jajo in 2nd spot. Kaczynski in 3rd. Kurtzer in 4th place. So Charlie Brown, the fastest, coming out of Heat 2, 1:58.23, ahead of Hunter Tapp of the United States, Kai Van Westering of the Netherlands, Adam Jajo in 4th spot, and Kurtzer getting there in 8th position. And in terms of the reserves, Evangelos Makusianis, Primoz Sinica, Pavlitic, John Short was 12th in the end for Ireland there. He is a reserve too, by the way, 2 minutes, 0.18.
Yeah, looking for John there. Just 2 minutes, good bit outside his best. It's been a tough year. He's just back from the World Championships, so he'll reset for the 100 metre backstroke in a couple of days' time. That'll be a fantastic race tonight, won't it? Well, they're pretty all bunched up there. You expect Kurtz to improve a lot, but then again, Charlie Brown looks so controlled as well for a 158 low.
It's quite a bit of improvement that can come in that final tonight, which looks like it will be a hot final. Women's 100 metres butterfly, 4 heats in this. Here's the first of them, and it is South African swimmers all the way. Caitlin DeLonge, Christine Wessels, and Hannah Robertson are the 3 in this. And these are the 3 in this. Wessels, the fastest time coming into this, a 1:05.28.
No, I can't see it, sorry.
The ultimate fastest time is Ellen Walsh for Ireland in a heat for 57.96. See her later. So it's DeLonge in 3, Wessels in 4, and Hannah Robertson in lane 5 in this opening heat of the women's 100 metres butterfly. So very good solid start by Caitlin DeLonge as well. Now we haven't had time to ask her if she pronounces her name DeLange, but we'll go with DeLonge. 50-50 chance. DeLonge, Wessels, Robertson. Now they're really tightening up with 50 to go. Only .02 between DeLonge and Wessels in 3 and 4. Robertson a little bit back in lane 5. Opportunities of making a fight back in this final 25 metres. But it is looking good in lane 3. Caitlin DeLonge in terms of this heat, at the very least, gaining a good advantage in the final 10 and looking to increase it. Ahead of Wessels in second place. Really the fight in this heat is for a second spot in the end, as Caitlin DeLange does take the victory. 1:02.95. Good result that. Wessels in second place and Robertson in third. And that really personally, it's very much about times in the end.
Yeah, DeLonge was breathing every stroke, coming down that back 50 there. So often to breathe every stroke. Some swimmers will love to breathe every second stroke to keep the body position a little flatter. But very much like Michael Phelps was famous for, breathing every single stroke just to keep that oxygen in down that. And that back 20 metres, 15 metres will really help you having that extra oxygen. So if you're able to breathe every stroke and keep that chin nice and low, it's really beneficial. But DeLonge there, comfortable winner. South Africa 1-2-3.
Because I caught the settings exactly from the top camera,
Yeah, DeLonge take it, 1:02.95. Wessels taking second spot in the end. Robertson had fought back quite well. So Emma Stickland going in the second heat, who finished third in the US trials. Fastest in this heat, 58.42 going into it. Victoria Piotrowska of Poland is in lane 5.
Yeah, first of the state heats here, so big drop in time. Stickland, 58.4.
So the result of heat 1, that's been ratified. DeLonge has been disqualified, so that's why there was a delay over that. Hannah Robertson has been given the victory, 1:03.69.
Could be for anything, I suppose. Twitch on the block, not touching with 2 hands usually.
That's sport. Heat 2 then, Emma Stickland going in this, the US Trials bronze medalist, 58.42. Nice time. Victoria Piotrowska of Poland alongside her in 5. Lily Rose Berthelot, France in 3. Mariana Cunha of Portugal in 6. Heat 2 of 4, the women's 100 butterfly. So Kalovic in 0, Oskin 1, Wilhelm 2, Berthelot in 3, Stickland 4, Piotrowska 5, Cunha 6, Sakuti 7, Sheikh Halizada Kanga of Azerbaijan in 8, and Graber of Switzerland in lane 9. Good start really by Emma Stickland for the United States. That real quality time coming into this, but she's not shaken off. Piotrowska of Poland in 5, and Cunha of Portugal in lane 6, approaching halfway, and as they turn, it's Stickland only just by 500s, 27.49. Berthelot in second place for France. Third is Piotrowska of Poland, beginning to fight back really well, but now here's the margin for Emma Stickland, and she's opening it up in lane 4. ahead of Cunha of Portugal, who's emerged well in this second leg in lane 6. Falling back a little bit is Petrovska of Poland. Bertolot's recovered really well from a French point of view, but Emma Stickland has got a really solid advantage here for the United States. Stickland takes it, 58.43, Cunha second and Bertolot third.
Yeah, that turn from Stickland was unbelievable, world class, just stayed under the whole way to 15. Probably gone a body length on her opponents there. And she touches in a 58.43, just 0.01 slower than she went at the US trial. So she's on form, so expect maybe a 57 for her this morning with under the lights in the evening. But that turn was really, really world class.
How about that from Emma Stickland? That is form, 58.73 for the United States. Cunha in second spot for Portugal, and Bertolot just outside the minute in third for France, and Özcan in fourth, and Sheikh Halizada Kanga of Azerbaijan just a little bit down in the end. Here comes E3, Kiana McInnes of Great Britain, the fastest going into this, 57.97. Georgia Damasiotti of Greece in lane 5, and Julia Mike of Poland in 3. Femke Spearing in the Netherlands in 6. In terms of European Junior medals, Lisa Marie Finger of Germany in 2, European Junior bronze 4x1 freestyle last year. Laura Lahtinen in 7 for Finland, bronze in the 200 butterfly in 2019. Heat 3 of 4, women's 100 fly. Henriquez in lane 0, hovering in 1, Finger in 2, Mike in 3, McInnes in 4, Damasiotti in 5, Spearing in 6, Latin in 7, Marchand in 8, and Pavlik in lane 9 for Austria. What a blinding start in lane 1 it is by Sophie Hovering of Denmark, and also going well in 3 is Julia Mike of Poland. A little bit of a recovery from Damasiotti in 5 for Greece. McInnes trying to hold her own in lane 4, being the fastest seed going into it, and at the turn it is McInnes who leads for Great Britain, 27.60, hovering only 900s behind in lane 1, and Mike in third spot for Poland, 1700s behind. But now emerging well in lane 3 is Julia Mike for Poland alongside McInnes of Great Britain. They are the 1 and 2 at the moment, and Mike with every stroke is coming very strongly here for Poland. We can expect quite a few fans from them here this weekend, I imagine. McInnes going well for Great Britain, and Mike, they are the 1-2. McInnes has done really well in the final 25 to get the victory. McInnes takes a Mike in second, and Damasiotti in third.
Yeah, McInnes looked to come home the fastest there in the British swimmer. She was back in a 31.53, but Damasiotti of Greece was home in a 31.0 for third, so she came storming home to get third position. So only the 3 swimmers there, sub 60. I'll have confirmation now.
McInnes takes it for Great Britain, 59.13. Mike in second for Poland, 59.38, and Damasiotti of Greece third, 59.93. Heat 4 of 4, the women's 100 butterfly. Ellen Walsh of Ireland, the fastest in this, 57.96. Lucy Grieve of Great Britain in 6. European Junior bronze previously in the 4x1 medley relay. Tessa Giele of the Netherlands in 5. Right alongside Ellen Walsh of Tempelo Swim Club. Brian Sweeney, her coach. World Short Course silver in the 400 IM 2 years ago. European Youth Olympic silver in the 100 butterfly in 2015, which I think was somewhere like Tbilisi. So 4th heat of the 4. And Ireland as host nation has got the fastest swimmer in this. Let's see how it goes. Seifert in lane 0, Primic in 1, Hayan in 2, Resencourt 3, Walsh in 4, Gale in 5, Grieve in 6, Cabanas Garces in 7, Everson in 8, and Dimitrova of Bulgaria is in lane 9. Decent start for Ireland by Ella Walsh in lane 4, and also in 8 by Everson of Denmark, who's going brilliantly in the outside lanes right now. Not that Walsh will know a lot about that. Gale of the Netherlands right alongside. Here comes the turn at 50. It's going to be very tight, and it's Resencourt of France. 27.76. Walsh in second spot. Aon in third. 0.44 between them, but now, great turn that was by Walsh. Hitting the front, approaching 25 to go. She's really shot up really well, and alongside her, Ressencourt of France in lane 3. In lane 6, Lucy Grieve of Great Britain. But Ellen Walsh has recovered very well, a strong final 50, a very good turn by her as well. Walsh is on the way, and Walsh will take it. 58.86 the winning time for Ireland. Ressencourt in second spot, and it was Aon in third.
Yeah, great turn again from Walsh, just like Stickland had 2 heats previously. That's a lot faster than Walsh went a couple of weeks ago with Fukuoka at the World Championship. So, you know, she was well back at the World. She was 24th at Worlds that time in a 59.39. So that's 0.5 faster. That's a huge drop in 2 weeks for Walsh. So back tonight, I think she'll be second seed. Yeah, second seed behind Stickland.
So victory for Ellen Walsh in heat 4 of 4, 58.86. Not the fastest time this morning, but good heat winning time. Ressencourt in second and Aon in third. Emma Stickland, fastest qualifying time, 58.43. Ellen Walsh, the fastest European in these European under-23s to qualify for the final, 58.86. So very much job done. And Caitlin DeLonge, who originally won her opening heat, disqualified. Men's 200 freestyle. Heat 1 of 6. So away we go in this men's 200 freestyle. And in lane 3, it's Enre Lau of South Africa. In 4, it's Idesgaard of the Faroes. In 5, it's Askham of the Faroes. And in lane 6, it's Dana van der Merwe of South Africa. I do assure you, it is the men's 200 freestyle. 26.45. Turning first is Enre Lau of South Africa, with Idesgaard in second, Askham in third. They are going at the moment in lanes 3, 4 and 5 and 6 in that order in terms of 1, 2, 3 and 4.
Yeah, Lau looks really strong of South Africa. He's got that lovely loop and stroke. The swimmer down in lane number 3, he's going to flip. You don't have it on your screen, but I'll say it to you right now. He's out in a 54.76, so that's a super first 100 for him. The second 50 backed up by his first with a 28.31. So he's pretty much swimming on his own here. That lovely little loop and stroke, breathing quite late. And this is where you got to put the burners on. Look at that great shot there for the leg kick. And he's just going to have to attack down this third 50, coming into the last. If he wants to have any chance of making it back tonight, he'll be very fast to get top 8 in this, the men's 200 metre freestyle.
Well, he's doing brilliant at the moment, you have to say. 1:23.41. He hasn't registered a time this season coming into this, but he's definitely going to register a time here. He's looking to be very, very competitive. He is absolutely doing that. It's South Africa 1, Faroe Islands 2, Faroe Islands 3, South Africa 4 and Dana van der Merwe. But in this 200 freestyle, and fine, it is heat 1 of 6. But what a start by Enre Lau of South Africa. He takes the win, 1:51.89. It's competitive. Probably he'll be in the top half of the overall field. After that, who knows? And the little shake of the head, unless I'm reading too much into it, suggests to me that he felt he might have gone a little bit faster. Who knows?
No, well, you're right. Trust me, any swimmer after a race, you see them shaking their head or not, and their body language is very evident after a race, so he'll not be happy with that. We don't actually have a time for him on an entry time, so we don't know what his best is. But I'd say he was looking maybe sub 150 around that mark. That's a big barrier for 200 freestylers, that sub 150 mark. But expect these next swimmers to be really challenging that now.
Enre Lau takes the victory, 1:51.89 for South Africa, over 6 seconds clear of the rest, far clear of the Faroes competitors. Heat 2 of 6 of the men's 200 freestyle, fastest in this, Tomas Lukminas of Lithuania. He's a 1:51.58 man this season. So where we go in heat 2 of 6 in the men's 200 freestyle, it's Wolfhard in 0, Kovalyov in 1, Bursa in 2, Prokaska in 3, Lukminas in 4, Piron in 5, Bratanov in 6, Filipov 7, Kukalasvili of Georgia in 8, Hadzic in 9, Bursa, I can tell you, European Junior silver in the 400 IM in 2021 for the Czech Republic. He is in lane 2, but a solid start in 4 by Tomas Lukminas of Lithuania, approaching the first 50 and the turn. And Lukminas leads by 0.13 over Thomas Piron of France in second spot, and Bragata of the Czech Republic in third place.
Yeah, 25-34 for Lukminas of Lithuania. Another fast Lithuanian swimmer, Danis Rapsis of years back, great 200 meter freestyle world champion. So he's trying to follow in the footsteps of his fellow native. Looking really long and smooth here coming into this first wall. And we saw the last swimmer was out in a 54. He's out in a 53.1, so the standard really being pushed now in heat number 2. And the hunt is on here to see if they can catch Lukminas, but at this moment in time he looks to be in a complete class of his own.
Lukminas, Piron, Bratanov, the 1-2-3 at halfway, and he's keeping a really good advantage at the moment. Lukminas, the 19-year-old Lithuanian, he is a 151.5 swimmer coming into this. He's got a really good advantage, about length at the moment, as he turns for home. 120.74. The lead is about a second and a half over Bratanov of Bulgaria in second spot, and Piron of France in third, almost 2 seconds down. Lukminas is in really good control here. It is heat 2. He's got a long wait to see if he can squeeze into the final, but he's trying to leave nothing behind here. He's put a lot into this, the Lithuanian. Tomas Lukminas is going to win this heat. He's going to win it by a good margin, but ultimately it'll be about the time. 1:49.11. He has got inside his mark by 2.5 seconds. Bratanov second, and Bursa in third. Good win by Lukminas.
Yeah, he's over the moon. Obviously first time sub 150. He was absolutely motored, wasn't he? Last 25, he swam that race almost to perfection. The young Lithuanian, yeah, he's over the moon. Great to see. Might not be enough to get back for tonight. We'll have to wait and see. But nonetheless, happy finish in August, 10th, 11th of August here. Late in the season to go at best time. Not easy to do, let me tell you.
He's a happy man. Very happy man. And justifiably so. This is why Lukminas gets the victory. Bratanov second, Bursa third, Kukalasvili in fourth spot. Thomas Piron has been disqualified.
Must have been for a twitch on the block, maybe. That's one of the only things you can get disqualified for, really, in freestyle.
Heat 3 of 6 in this men's 200 meters freestyle. Fastest in this, Yorin Yanchev for Bulgaria. He's a 150 man, but so is Jakub Pushnik of Slovenia alongside, and Lucas Fino of Finland in 3. Heat 3 of 6, men's 200 free. So it's Leiden in 0, Veteris in 1, Nedler in 2, Vainio in 3, Yanchev 4, Pushnik 5, Lindholm 6, Poliacic 7, Gergely in 8, and Melini in lane 9. And how about this for a start by Ralph Leiden of Luxembourg in lane 0, and in lane 8, Gergely, European Junior silver 2 years ago in the 4x1 freestyle. This is going to be quite tight. Leiden leads 25.44, and Kveris in lane 1 for Lithuania, the second fastest, 25.77, with Lucas in lane 3 in third spot. This is some race nearby.
Yeah, you'd have to see that. You have to see the outside smoke going for it. I'll tell you what, the Luxembourg swimmer really fancies himself, dialed in. Looking really strong, but look how close that is in the middle. This third 50 is going to decide a lot. I noticed in the block lane number 6, that was Lindholm. He's super tall athlete. He could be 6'8". He's absolutely huge, and he looks to almost come into his own here. Watch him in 6. He looks really strong. But I'm tell you what, the Luxembourg swimmer in lane 0, he's really going for it. You know, he's a 151.0. Expect him, unless he falls off the face of the earth, to be a sub 150. But now here come the middle lads.
Yeah,
what a piece of it.
Leiden's doing his best to hang on, but obviously in lane 0 he is kind of swimming blind. Can he still lead with 50 to go? He does, and he leads by almost a second over Lucas. In lane 3, 4 Finland, third spot for Yorin Yanchev. in lane 4. So Delighted of Luxembourg is really hanging on here, right at the bottom of your picture. That is a substantial lead he's got. It is brilliant to be doing this in lane 0. Moving up well is Vanio in 3, Yanchev in 4. I'm not sure they're going to be able to catch him. Ralph Delighted for Luxembourg, that is fantastic. 149.71. Yanchev took second in the end, and Vino was in third. What a win.
Wow, what a savage Dalian of Luxembourg, just went for it on the outside and hung on. Great to see. Probably not going to be enough to get back again, but wow, what a great way to do it. Love to see the sprint in that 300-meter freestyle. Love to see the swimmers hang on. That's how I used to swim. Go out and hang on, hope everyone doesn't catch it. That's what happened there. Great swim before we get on these seated heats as confirmation comes up.
Ralph Delighted gets the win for Luxembourg, 149.71 out of lane 0. Yanchev second and Vanio in third. Veris and Lindholm tying in fourth. Heat 4 of 6 of the men's 200 freestyle, and it is Baturalp Unlu of Turkey, the fastest in the field, 1:47 dead, ahead of Lorenzo Colossi of Italy in lane 5. How difficult is it to win out of lane 0 though, I have to ask?
Very difficult, very difficult. Well, it can help in some ways. When you're breathing away from the field, you're breathing to a wall you can't see, so you're swimming your own race, but very hard. You're kind of out of the race. You can sometimes get stuck in that wash of the fast swimmers, but it's very impressive to be able to do that. You'll not be lane 0 again.
How many lanes are you able to look across when you're in the middle of that? It's not many.
Not many, no, maybe. Yeah, but he was so far ahead, he could see he was ahead, so it didn't matter.
That's true. Anyway, what a win. What a win out of lane 0. We'll see if it can happen here. Heat 4 of 6, men's 200 free. Sogard Andersen of Denmark in 0, Hansen in 1, Perchinic in 2, Boscan in 3, Baturalp Unlu of Turkey in 4, Galossi in 5, Jones of Great Britain in 6, Perez in 7, Phillips in 8, and Atilia Kovac of Hungary is in lane 9, who we see quite a lot of. And look at lane 0 again. It's Oliver Sogard Andersen who's going brilliantly here. He looks like he'll be in the top 3 at the end of the first 50. He's in the top 1. He and Sasso Boscan actually, they're both in the top 1, tying with 25.18. Kovac is in third spot, 0.45 behind, and now look over on the far side, over in lane 9, it's Italia Kovac of Hungary, who we see quite regularly in the European circuit, quite successfully, doing brilliantly right now. So lane 0 and 9 are giving us quite a race at the moment, and emerging in lane 3, this is Sasso Boscan of Slovenia. At halfway, he leads out of Jones now, Great Britain in second, and Sogard Andersen in third.
And Slovenia looks really good. Really, really strong. Coming in that second turn, Boscan, well, he looks to be almost complete control now as his rate is slightly higher. And someone that looks to be kind of almost challenging him is Evan Jones, the British swimmer who's made the short trip across. But Boscan's going to want to have to put down a real strong one, but it looks like Jones may be taking the advantage ever so slightly. No, it's not. It's very close coming down this last 50 between Boscan and Jones. Kovac and Sosgaard have fallen off slightly.
Boscan and Jones and Sogard Andersen the 1, 2, 3, and in fourth spot was Perkinic, and in fifth was Hansen. And there wasn't very much between them all, but it is between lanes 3 and 6. For a while it was between lanes 0 and 9. Sogard Andersen is still going well in lane 0, but in 3 it's Boscan, in 6 it's Evan Jones. Boscan, slight advantage, Jones trying to fight back. Jones gets it by 300ths. Boscan in second place, and Perchinic took third in the end. Well, that was firmly a race of 4 quarters. Sogard Andersen was in 4th spot, having led for a lot of that, and Kovac, who was second a lot of that, finished in 6th, but Evan Jones takes the win for Great Britain.
Perchinic came back like a Formula 1 car from that last 50. He came back in 27.5. He was absolutely motoring, only caught sight of him right at the end, and there's your confirmation.
Evan Jones wins for Great Britain, 148.80. Boscan second for Slovenia, 148.83, and Perchinic third for Croatia.
27.5 in the back end there for Perchinic. That was fast.
Heat 5 or 6, more fast men from the US trials. Patrick Salmon in 4, Aaron Shackle in 5 for the USA. Charlie Hutchison of Great Britain going in lane 0 in this. Salmon is a 146 man this season going into it. Fastest overall, Matt Sates of South Africa, who we'll see in the next one, who was sub 146.
Yeah, Salmon was actually second in the B final at US Trials in this event, but he had a stormer in the B final. To swim so fast, they've selected him for this event.
Well, he's got a nice European trip out of it. Heat 5 or 6 in this men's 200 freestyle. So Hutchison in lane 0, Glavinsky in 1, Pancherovas in 2, Legoff in 3, Salmon in 4, Shackle in 5, Sorges in 6, Lucas Peters in 7, Zellier in 8, and Campos in lane 9. Solidly, Patrick Salmon going very well in lane 4. Also in 6, I have to say, is Timo Sorges of Germany. Started really well, heading towards the first turn at 15, and it is Salmon leading, 24.96 out of Shackle in second, Sorges in third, USA 1 and 2, Germany 3, France 4 for Meselier, 25.28.
It was great German support here to the right of the commentary box for Sorges, so he looks to be right in the mix with the minute. It's 2 Americans right in the middle, Sorges just above them, and this third 50 going to be key. It's going to be so hard to call right turn. I mean, who can call that? 52.2, it is Salmon ever so slightly, 2 100ths from Shackle, and then slightly ahead, 0.4 ahead of Sorges. So, but a great turn in 4 by Salmon. He's extended his lead ever so slightly. Can he hang on? Clear tactics here.
Yeah, Peters wasn't very far behind either for the Netherlands. He was in 4th spot at the halfway turn as they're coming towards 50 to go. And it is Patrick Salmon who leads for the United States. Here's the final turn. Salmon leading only by 0.23. Head of Shackle in second spot. Pancheves is back in third, a second behind for Lithuania. 4th is Peters for the Netherlands, who's maintaining his position well. Sorges of Germany in 5th spot, but it is Patrick Salmon leading out well for the United States. USA 1 and 2, Salmon in 4, Shackle above him in lane 5. Salmon is still holding that slight advantage, and it is Salmon who will take it by 0.16. Salmon, Shackle and Legoff, who came back really well in the end. That, the 1-2-3.
Yeah, 2 Americans showing their experience there. 1-2, 146.9. First swimmer sub, 147. So he looked really strong. Just took off that second turn, coming into that third 50 and extended his lead, and the other swimmers couldn't really get back to him. So, real experienced swim there. He'll be back for finals tonight. And Legoff had a great last 50, didn't he?
Patrick Salmon takes it, 146.91. Shackle second spot for the USA. Legoff, great recovery, did really well in third for France. And Peters in 4th. Patrick Salmon, and he was Heat 6 of 6. Matthew Sates of South Africa, the fastest in this, 145.91. Matthias Marcus of Greece in 5. Rex Marley of the United States in 3. Kamil Selatsky of Poland in lane 6. There is no Irish representative in this, by the way, as you will probably have gathered by now. So Heat 6 of 6.
The States, the world short course champion from 2022 in the 400 IM, so expect him to have really fast back end. He'll have serious fitness in 4.
So it's Ben Chitrit in 0, Watkin in 1, Yankovic in 2, Mario in 3, Sates in 4, Marcus in 5, Saratsky in 6, Bona in 7, Yulia in 8, and Linek is in lane 9 in this 6th and final heat of the men's 200 freestyle. Good solid start by Sates of South Africa in lane 4, and moving up well is Saratsky of Poland in 6, and also in 7. I have to say, Bona's going brilliantly, but it is Sates who leads. Maro in second spot, and Ben Chitrid of Israel going well, just about a quarter of a second behind for Israel in lane 0. He's third.
Yes, States is the African record holder in this event in the short course format, so the 25-meter pool. So really, really versatile swimmer, medley swimmer. Burst on the scene a number of years ago as a 16-year-old. But this is very tight coming into this turn. States is going to have to really show his dominance now, and in the first position it is Ben Shert of Israel in lane number 0, actually taking the lead. It's so tight amongst the top 10 coming down here, but the Israeli swimmer looking super strong, and States is going to have to try and go here to make sure of a final tonight.
Yeah, Ben Chitrid leading the way. Mara and Sates were tied for second spot. But again, the man in lane 0 for Israel is doing absolutely brilliantly. Can he maintain it for the second half of this? Here's the final turn with 50 to go, and he still leads Ben Chidri. 119.94. Saints in second spot for South Africa, 0.43 behind, and Marcos is in third place. Lanes 4 and 5 progressing really well, but how about lane 0 and 8 and Ben Chidri? He's got a great chance of reaching the final, but now they're beginning to speed up in 5. Here comes Marcus for Greece, and Saints in 4 for South Africa. Mara for the United States in 3. Ben Chidri trying to hang on. He won't though. He certainly won't. It's Marcos, Mara, Saints the 1, 2, 3, and Ben Chidri with us in 4th spot. That was a brave swim considering where he was, and at that situation you wonder if he knew in lane 0 how well he was doing. But anyway, Dimitris Marcus takes it for Greece.
Yeah, a lot of those swimmers above their best times there. I wonder if they got caught up and racing each other as opposed to racing their own race, so there's confirmation there.
Marcus takes it 147.71. Mara in second, Saints in third, Ben Chidri in fourth, and Jankovic in fifth. And again, a very, very remarkable heat, particularly as lane 0 dominated a lot of it, but this time did not win.
Just waiting for confirmation.
Kudos to him. I have to say, great kudos to him. You saw a little look at the qualifiers on the big screen, but
States is in fifth, I think. 2 Americans, 1-2, I would presume.
Nice response by them in the final 50, I have to say, though.
Oh yeah, fantastic. Just came home super, super fast, and that is the tuna freestyle in a nutshell. Put yourself in a position at 150 metres and then attack that last 50.
We're working on the result for you, but the women's 50 backstroke will be imminent. And that includes Maria Godden for Ireland.
She's on your screen getting ready, focused. Very used to racing in this pool, the Irish swimmers, so familiar. That really helps when you're familiar with the pool, familiar with the surroundings. Very, very important.
Well, coach is John Juranek. She's from the National Centre in Limerick. There will be a slight delay here as we're looking for the times to come through from the last one. So Patrick Salmon, the fastest for the United States, 146.91. Shackle, second fastest for the United States. Marcus third, Mara fourth, Saints fifth. Then Chitra did make it. In the end, he was sixth fastest. And the reserves, Jankovic and Peters.
It's only allowed 2 American qualifiers there because the third American qualifier, I think he was in fourth, but he's not back. So only top 2 for the Americans are allowed in. Godden on great form this year.
And Piron disqualified, as you saw. That's the 200 freestyle. Remember, the USA and South Africa swimmers here as guests, and we have Jessica Carmody as a guest here in one for South Africa. Maria Godden going for Ireland in lane 3, 29.03 swimmer. She is based out of the Limerick National Centre. Tessa Gela of the Netherlands in 4. Leke Ude Lenfering of the Netherlands in 5. It's been a great summer for Dutch sport. I know it must seem unusual for those who don't watch swimming perhaps regularly to see European Championships with 2 non-European countries in it, but it is a regularly done thing in international swimming. It's been done here. Jessica Carmody is the benefit of that. As we see her here.
The start's so key on a 50-metre backstroke. Got it. You can't go past, for those of you who don't know, you can't go past 15 metres underwater. You have to start swimming before 15 metres. If you go past 15 metres, they'll get disqualified. So these swimmers will all know exactly the amount of kicks they need underwater. Whether it's 8, 9, some swimmers up with a faster rate would be 12, 13 kicks. So watch for the swimmer who's first at 15. Usually that swimmer will win. Not all the time, but usually they will win if they've got a sound swim. So just the 3 heats here, so expect most of these swimmers to get back for finals tonight.
Maria Godden from Callan in County Kilkenny, but based in Limerick, which if I remember, Gráinne Murphy, being a Wexfordian from Ballinabula, was based in Limerick for pretty much all her career.
Pretty much, yeah. Coach Ronald Claes coached her for a long time. She won those 2 European medals in 2010 in Budapest, European long course medals, both silver, wasn't it, I think? So those Irish records will not go for a very, very long time. Gráinne Murphy, you've commentated with Will on a number of occasions, lovely.
Quite a lot, yep. We are blessed with fantastic swimming commentators around this neck of the woods.
Looks to be a slight delay here with the starter machine, whatever that is.
Slight technical stop at the moment, but don't worry about that. As we're jumping from one set of starting blocks to the other. So 3 heats in this. Tessa Kayla we've introduced you to. This is Teresa Ivan of Slovakia. Maria Godden, who is based out of Limerick with John Zeranek, her coach. Tessa Kayla of the Netherlands.
Notice how all these swimmers now, because they're waiting behind the blocks, they put on their coats and jackets again so not to lose body temperature. You can see Hosper has done that, whereas her counterpart next to her, Gil, hasn't, or Uday, sorry, hasn't. So it's important to not lose body heat. There's been real lots of scientific studies done. But the warmer your body temperature is, the faster you swim.
Now in terms of Tessa Kayla, gold in the 4x1 mixed medley relay at last year's European Championships in Rome. Bronze in the 4x1 freestyle, the 4x1 medley. Lieke Ude Lenfrink alongside for the Netherlands, who has also got a lot of prime quality on the side. So we are ready to go. And in that relay team, Marit Steenbergen as well, Kim Bush, Valerie Van Roon. So some quality names there actually. But her 3 medals, the 1 gold, the 2 bronze last year in Rome, were in relays. And here she's doing all the work herself. So it's Carmody in 1, Ivan in 2, God in 3, Kayla in 4, Ude Lenfrink in 5, Hosper in 6, Ora 7. The first heat of 3 in the women's 50 backstroke.
The start's so important.
So away we go. Carmody, Ivan, Godden, Gila, Ude Lenfrink, Hosper and Ora as we look upwards, and the first to emerge, looking well in 4 is Tessa Kayla of the Netherlands, right in the middle lane, and also in 6, Lotte Hosper. Emerging well in 3 is Maria Godden for Ireland. Well, if she can go sub 29, she'll be doing very, very well here, but it's Tessa Kayla in lane 4 for the Netherlands, who's going quite well, and also in 6, Hosper for the Netherlands. Dutch are flying here. Hosper, Kayla Godden, the 1-2-3, 28.99, the winning time.
Yeah, Hosper, 28.9, really strong swim, especially after that weight. And her counterpart, Gail, 29.07. Maria Godden stuck in there for the 3rd and the 29.2. That should be enough to get back for tonight. We'll have to wait and see, but she came home really strong. But it's that speed, especially that middle section, that middle from 15 to 35 metres, so key. Hold your speed up to start. In any 50 event, doesn't matter if it's backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly or front crawl, if you can hold your speed for that first 35 and somehow try and hang on the last 15, that's what it's all about. Who decelerates the least.
Excellent win for Lotte Hosper in the end of the 3 Dutch. Winning time at the end of 28.99. So Hosper takes it, Kayla in 2nd place, and Maria Godden in 3rd for Ireland, 29.20. Heat 2 of this women's 50 metres backstroke, Adela Piskorska of Poland, fastest going in this, 27.88, ahead of Nina Stanislavljevic of Serbia, Veronika Gorecka of Poland in 3, Jana Markovic of Serbia in lane 6. 28.99 the winning time from the Heat 1. So Skengel in 1, Kuson in 2, Gorecka in 3, Piskorska in 4, Stanislavljevic in 5, Markovic in 6, Caitlin Delange of South Africa back again in lane 7 and emerging really well in 4, Piskorska, Stanislavljevic alongside her in Serbia, and also going well in lane 2, Kuson of France. But as Piskorska of Poland looking very, very secure at the moment in lane 4, nice advantage she's got. Kuson moving up as well for France. Piskorska, Kuson, Stanislavljevic the 1-2-3, and 28.5 is the winning time.
Yeah, Piskorska, class of her own. Remember her from racing at the Mare Nostrum Swim Series. Was in amongst the medals a lot only a couple of months ago. So 28.5, that's 0.4 clear, really, of winner from the last heat. So it'll be 28 low to win this one.
Yeah, Piskorska takes it, 28.53 for Poland. Kuson second for France, and Stanislavljevic third for Serbia. And heat 3 of 3, Isabel Staden of the United States, fastest in this, 27.64. Rafaela Gomes Acevedo of Portugal in lane 5 alongside, and Barbora Januszkova of the Czech Republic drawn in lane 3. So 28.53 the fastest time now for Adela Piskorska in heat 2 out of lane 4. Staden in 4 here for the United States. 5th in the US trials. Piskorska, World University Games champion, Dimitrova in 1, Botiuk in 2, Januszkova in 3, Staden in 4, Acevedo 5, Gerde in 6, and Tonraf of Spain is in lane 7. Solid start that is by Isabel Staden, the 21-year-old just a few weeks ago, stepping up a good advantage here, half a length over Januszkova in 3, Acevedo in 5, and Isabel Staden, well, she's gone 27.64 so far this season. That's going to be a good winning time, 28.09. Staden takes it, Acevedo just about a second behind in the end. That was a very good victory for her ultimately. 28.09, she has gone faster. That is a nice heat time for her though to get the victory.
Yeah, 28.09, very fast from the swimmer from swims out of Cal Berkeley in the States. So she was 5th at the US trials, as Will said, so she's no stranger to really fast swimming on the big stage. So Staden will be the fastest qualifier for tonight's final. They start from 6 p.m. tonight. So quite a spread there, 28.0 to 28 mid. So this confirmation comes up now of that third heat.
Staden gets the win, 28.09 for the United States. Rafaela Gomes Acevedo in second for Portugal, and Barbora Januszkova of the Czech Republic in third place. On we go. Event 6 is the men's 50 metres breaststroke. 4 heats in this. Irish representation in 2 and 3, incidentally. And in terms of the various heats, quite a lot of talent across the 4 in this day.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got Cerestrulo, the Italian, who's fastest qualifier. He's world junior record holder short course in the 50 and the 100 metre breaststroke. He was 9th last year at Worlds.
Women's 50 backstroke, Isabel Staden, the fastest in this for the United States, 28.09. Adela Piskorska, second fastest for Poland. Naya Gerde of Slovenia, reserved for this. So we've seen the men's 50 metres breaststrokers lining up. Here they are visually. Miguel Marques of Portugal, the fastest going into this. Liam O'Hara of Zimbabwe, second fastest going in lane 5. Men's 50 breaststroke, heat 1 of 4. So Curry in 1, Lindeblad in 2, Idesgaard in 3, Marques in 4, O'Hara in 5, Britnix in 6, Heslop 7, and Liam Veby back again for South Africa in lane 8. Going solidly in 5, this is Liam O'Hara for Zimbabwe, really good advantage, and in 2, Malta Lindeblad as well for Denmark, but it's Liam O'Hara who's going really well in lane 5, going very, very well for Zimbabwe. Can he hang on to this here? Looking like he will, by a long way, 29.19, Idesgaard and Marques. A tie for second place, but it is Liam O'Hara who takes that. 29.19, sounds as if he's from just down the road, but home away from home for him, that's a good result.
Yeah, Zimbabwe fantastic, 29.19, the only swimmer sub 30, and well sub 30 he was. Idesgaard of the Faroe Islands was 30.00.
Yeah, Liam O'Hara takes up for Zimbabwe, 29.19 ahead of Idesgaard for the Faroe Islands, and Marques of Portugal in a tie. Heat 2 on the way. Owen Corby is in this for Ireland in lane 1. Fastest in the field, Archie Goodburn of Great Britain in lane 4. Mitchell Mason of the United States, he is in lane 5. Owen Corby, another man who's based out of the National Centre in Limerick and coached by John Zuranek. Second heat of 4, men's 50 breaststroke. So Stikash in 0, Corby in 1, Janacek in 2, Zivanovic in 3, Goodburn in 4, Mason in 5, Fitzpatrick 6, Kekopoulos of Greece in 7, Bernes of France in 8, Denis Svet of Moldova in lane 9. Solidly going in 4, Archie Goodburn for Great Britain, and Mason also for the United States in 5. Trying to push up is Zivanovic of Serbia in lane 3, but Goodburn and Mason looking good control of this, and Goodburn takes it, Mason second, Zivanovic in 3rd, and Corby in 4th for Ireland.
Archie Goodburn, yeah, takes the win there. He was 9th at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham last year, just narrowly missed out on a final, but he was first at 27.58. The Edinburgh University swimmer, Scottish native, seems happy with that one. Solid swim for this morning as confirmation comes up now.
Goodburn takes it, 27.58 for Great Britain, Mason second, 27.66 for the USA, Zivanovic third, 27.86, and fourth, Owen Corby of Ireland, 28.10, which is tentative, let's say. Heat 3 of 4. That's why it's tentative. Koen de Groot of the Netherlands fastest in this, 27.16, ahead of Volodymyr Lisovets of Ukraine, Gregory Butler's in 6 for Great Britain, Tomislav Savev of Bulgaria in 3, Liam O'Connor goes for Ireland here. Andrew Addison is coach, Dublin based with Project 28.
De Groot is a Dutch champion from 2023.
So underway, Hasling in 0, Neff in 1, Lindholm in 2, Savev in 3, de Groot in 4, Lisovets 5, Butler 6, Rosa in 7, Isaki in 8, and Liam O'Connor in lane 9 for Ireland. This is a lot tighter, and going well in 3 is Savev for Bulgaria, de Groot in the Netherlands in 4 as well. Trying to push up is the Irishman. He's a little bit back at about 7th or 8th right now, but it's between lanes 3 and 4. Savev Bulgaria, de Groot in the Netherlands, tight, and de Groot got the touch ahead of Savev by 700ths, and Butler was in 3rd place.
Yeah, de Groot came home so fast there last 15, just decelerated the least. Savev had a flying start. His rate was super high of that first 25, but de Groot, Dutch champion from 2023, famously beat Arno Kaminga, the great Dutch champion, Dutch record holder in this event, so he's on form.
Victory for Koen de Groot, 27.27, ahead of Savev in 2nd place for Bulgarian, Gregory Butler of Great Britain in 3rd. Liam O'Connor in 10th spot for Ireland. Heat 4 then, Simone Sorossuolo, the world junior record holder, 26.76, with Arkadios Aspougialis of Greece in lane 5, Pichugan of Israel in 3, Kalasowski of Poland in lane 6.
Yeah, Sorossuolo Very powerful looking swimmer on the block. He's comfortably the fastest qualifier, 26.76.
So Tomoglu in lane 0, Carletta in 1, Nieberg in 2, Pichugin in 3, Saraswalo in 4, Aspugdalis in 5, Karasovsky in 6, Ovchinnikov of Ukraine in 7, Mikkelson's in 8, and Jonathan Rom of Israel in lane 9. But going well in forward, Saraswalo, world junior record holder, high finisher of the World Championships, looking very good from an Italian point of view. So he's a 26.76 man. How fast can he go in the morning heats? Also going very well was Pichugin, but Saraswalo takes it. Aspergalis in second place, Galasovsky third, and 27.35 the winning time.
Yeah, Saraswalo really high in the water. You can see his hips right above the water. His body was riding so high with that kind of Alan Peaty sort of high stroke rate. So he's fastest qualifier comfortably. I expect more from him tonight as well. Super powerful athlete. Oh, I had a really bad glide there as well, so it was faster to come tonight for sure.
Yeah, Pichugin did well in fourth spot, but it's Saraswalo who takes it by a nice margin, 27.35 out of Aspergalis and Kalasovsky and Pichugin. Men's 50 metres breaststroke, Kern de Groot the fastest, 27.27. Sabev, second fastest for Bulgaria, and Saraswalo third for Italy. Owen Corby 14th in the end for Ireland, 28.10. Liam O'Connor 27th from an Irish point of view, and Liam O'Hara, who had won his heat, 28th for Zimbabwe. As always, fast with the heats, not much chance for a breather or to assess in detail what we've seen. Same with Jessica Carmody, she was only swimming 5 minutes ago. Katja Fine is fastest in this heat 1 of 3 of the women's 200 freestyle for Slovenia. Kay Clifton in 6 for Great Britain. Ayla Spitz of Israel in 5. There's a good swimming name if ever was one. So Carmody in lane 0, Krevar in 1, Rachu in 2, Ugrai in 3, Fine in 4, Spitz in 5, Clifton 6, Morstrand in 7, and Kirkerta of Denmark in lane 8, heat 1 of 3 of the women's 200 freestyle. And Carmody has started quite well actually in lane 0 for South Africa. In 3 it's Ugrai of Hungary, in lane 4 it's Katja Fine of Slovenia, who is having a bit of a fine time of it, and in 6, Kate Clifton of Great Britain. 50 of the 200 gone, and leading the way it is Ugrai of Hungary, ahead of Clifton of Great Britain in 2, and Spitz in 3, Fine in 4. You'll notice that lane 1, Anja Krevar of Serbia, has not made it to the start of this, but a decent advantage for the Hungarian Ugrai in lane 3.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm coming through in lane number 4 as well as our fastest qualifier, Katja Fine of Slovenia. She's a European short course bronze medalist in 2021, so she's got experience at this high level of racing and winning medals. So she's come through now, just 0.2 slower than Ugrai of Hungary, who's kind of holding that advantage quite comfortably. But these girls, only 3 heats in this, so these girls are going to have to post a pretty solid time to ensure they're back for tonight's race. So bottom of your picture, Carmody's dropped back ever so slightly, and it is the battle in the middle. It could go to any one of these 4 or 5 girls maybe in the middle as they come to this last length, lane number 3. Ugrai of Hungary still looking strong, but expect Fane to come back really, really well in this last 50.
Yeah, approaching 50 to go. Here's the turn, and it is Ugrai who leads marginally, very marginally. 0.15 over Spitz. Clifton in 3rd spot. 4th is Katja Fine, and she's only 0.27 behind, and Rachu as well in 5th place. There wasn't very much, approaching 60 to go between lanes 2 and 7. They were almost a blanket across, but now it's lanes 3 to 6, and in 6 going very well is Kate Clifton for Great Britain. In 4 is Katja Fine, that European short course bronze medalist from 2 years ago. Tight between these two. Clifton going for it, Clifton getting it, Ugrai 2nd, Fine 3rd, 2:01.31 the winning time.
Yeah, Clifton, great back 50 for her. She was back in a 30.2. and Fane was back in a 30.4 in the last 50. So that last 50 is so important. Almost sub 30 point, but Clifton comfortably ahead. 2:01.31 for her. She'll be back for finals tonight.
Yeah, nice going by Kate Clifton.
quite slow really, Will, 201. We look at the entry times in a 157, 158s, 159s. For 201 to take that's quite slow really.
Clifton Ugrai, catch you fine, the 1, 2, 3 in Heat 1. Heat 2, Isabel Goza for Germany in 4, Lucy Tessirol of France in 5, Victoria Catterson for Ireland goes in lane 3 from the National Centre in Ulster and coached by Kevin Anderson. And Gosa, quality in her own right.
Yes, she's a long course European champion from last year in Rome in the 400 metre freestyle. She got a silver in the 800 and a bronze in the 200, so watch out for her. She's a super fast swimmer in 4, the German.
And here she is in lane in Heat 2. So away we go, it's McMorrin in 0, Robertson in 1, Palmer in 2, Catterson in 3, Gosa in 4, Tesseriol in 5, Davis 6, Berger 7 and Sasha Gatt of Malta. She's in lane 8. Good start in 4 by Isabel Gosa. Victoria Catterson is in touch definitely in 3 and so in 2 is Cornelia Palmer of Austria. But Gosa with all of those quality medals in the European Championships last year in Rome. A class act, as she's proving here, 28.20. It's Catterson in second for Ireland, 28.75, 0.55 behind, along with Tesseriol after 50.
Yeah, Catterson trying to hang tough with Gosa. Obviously a class of her own, she knows how to win medals on the big stage, but the rest of these women will be trying to sort of hang off her and swim off her. Just above Gosa in 5 is Tesseriol of France, looking really nice. She's just sitting on that wave. But Gosa is taking this to the rest of the field. She'll be well sub 2 minutes. Let's watch the time what she's out on. She's out in a 58.08, comfortably ahead of Catterson, who's 1.2 back in a 59 mid. So Gosa now will and should extend her lead as Catterson and the rest begin to try and claw back to get themselves a solid lane for tonight's final. Look at the leg kick of Gosa. That's a great shot coming in. It's so tight for second, third and fourth. Well,
yeah, Catterson, who's been constantly breaking the Irish record the past couple of years. She's got up to 159.74 and in contention. But it's Isabel Gosa who is in a field of her own right now. 128.67 she turns in. Tesseriol is up in the second place now. 130.36, 1.69 behind. Catterson is still up there in third place and trying to push it on very well. But it's Isabel Gosa who is well in control here for Germany, as you might well expect. Catterson trying to move up, but she's fallen a little bit back in third. And it is Tesseriol in second place. But Gosa is going strongly for Germany. Gosa gets the win. A big win, 158.96. Tesseriol in second and Berger was third. Catterson fell down to fifth in the end.
yeah, great swim from Gosa. Just took it out, didn't she? At 100 metres we knew she would come through, and she had used that experience. Catterson just dying off there in the back 50, couldn't really hang with those girls. So Gosa strong for the gold medal, not for the gold medal, excuse me, for the first position, getting ahead of himself. But I expect her to be really in contention tonight.
Ultimately, there's a good chance you're not wrong. She has shown immense quality. The reigning European champion over 400 freestyle. Fastest so far in the 200 free in the under-23s. Gosa takes it. Tesseriol second, Berger third, Davis, Catterson 4 and 5.
I've just shown you, didn't it? You know, she swims the 400 and the 800, so she's got, you know, good back-end speed.
Heat 3 of 3, women's 200 freestyle. Fastest going to this Janja Segal of Slovenia. 1:56. Martins of Portugal in lane 5. Schultz of Germany in 3. Victoria Guch of Poland in lane 6.
Yeah, Segal was 16th at the World Championships in Fukuoka just a couple of weeks ago, so big trip over, jet lag maybe. It was 1:58.1 there, 2016 Olympian.
So where we go, Danda in 0, Ricky in 1, Holt in 2, Schultz in 3, Segal in 4, Martins in 5, Gush in 6, Enkner in 7, and Janne Kurter of South Africa is in lane 8. Solidly in 3 is Nele Schulze of Germany in the lead, alongside in four, Janja Segel of Slovenia, with that reasonably high finish in the World Championships. Trying to move up as well is Nina Holt of Germany, Francisca Martins as well of Portugal. It is Segel who leads, Schulze in second, Martins in third after the opening 50. Very tight margin, only 900ths, and Martins is getting to fight back a little bit on it now, but it is still Janja Segel of Slovenia who's holding out for now.
Yeah, looking really strong. Look at that lovely long stroke rate. She's holding on this the second 50. Now, right above her, I really like the look of Martins from Portugal. She's just got a bit more of intent to her stroke, a little bit more leg kick. We'll see how that pans out in this back 50. Far less leg kick from Segel, who's out in a 57.49. So, right below her, Schulze of Germany. There's great German support here in Blanchardstown. So, it's Segel, Schulze, and Martins. The three of them look like they're going to go 1, 2, and 3. So a sub 2 minutes will definitely get you back for tonight's final. So just swim off each other here, and they should be back comfortably. But Segel, just back from Fukuoka, going to take the lead into this, the last turn of this, the last heat of the women's 200-meter freestyle.
It's Segel who turns first, leading Martins by 0.14, Schulze 0.26. Remember, we've seen Isabel Goza go out to 1:58.96 in the second heat. It's so tight now between 3, 4, and 5. Schulze 3, above her, Segel 4, above her, Martins in 5. They all look set well for the final, but how quick Segel is just marginally, narrowly, tightly in front. Segel leading the way through. Martins trying to fight back. Segel will take it. 0.13 ahead of Martins, with Schulze in third position and Gutschen 4.
Yeah, comfortable then in the end. Segel, she's got a lot left tonight. You know, she didn't kick her legs that first 100 metres at all, really. I really noticed that early doors. So expect a lot more from her tonight. I expect a real good battle between Goza and Segel tonight for gold and silver. They'd be my two. You see the Olympic tattoos on her back, so she's no stranger to international competition and racing at the top level.
Space for a few more Olympic Games as well, I see. She's got the logos right. She's got that race right today. 1:59.25. So Goza is the fastest going into the final. But Janja Segel competitive. 1:59.25. Taking it for Slovenia. Martins second for Portugal, and Schulze third for Germany. So Goza the fastest, 1:58.96. Segel, Martins, Schulze, Tesseriol, Clifton, Victoria Catterson in 11th spot for Ireland. Nina Holt, 12th for Germany. Remember, a very good 100 metres racer, Isis Holt, who retired quite recently. Nina Holt just missing out on the final. Catterson also. Men's 100 metres butterfly, 6 heats in this. Paolo Priska of Albania, the fastest, going into this 58.34. So this is a long old haul.
6 heats here. Men's 100 fly.
So away we go. Sackles in 2, Goddard in 3, Priska in 4, Filipov 5, Bregas 6, Kasilis in 7 in this men's 100 butterfly. Solidly starting in lane 6 is Dags Christophers Bregas of Latvia. Quite a lot of this field don't have a registered time for this season, but past form has got them in. So at the first 50, it's Bregas who leads, 25.82, ahead of Goddard of South African second spot, 300s behind, and Sackles in third for Latvia. It's been a very good start by Bregas. Latvia have got 2 of the top 3 in this, but it is Dags Bregas who has got a really considerable advantage in this, looking very, very decent too in lane 6. Well ahead of the rest, really. Goddard trying to move up for South Africa, but it is Bregas who takes it, 55.93. Goddard in second, and Filipov of Estonia in third.
Yeah, Bregas and Goddard, good bit ahead of the field. Bregas, especially off that turn, just looked a little bit more enthusiastic coming out of the water. So a bit of a tight finish, sort of finished on a half stroke, so half a second maybe to be made there for Bregas, but that's the first heat. Natalie Summers will be back for finals tonight. But for a lot of those guys, that'll be the last one to fly they'll do this season.
Bregish takes it for Latvia 55.93 ahead of Goddard and Filipov and Kashilis as well. Heat 2 of 6, Tobias Den Hansen of Denmark, fastest in this, 54.99. Sosnakis next up for Lithuania, 55.01.
All these guys in the middle all on 55s, just 54 high, so expect a couple of 54 mids maybe. These swimmers look to get best times and finish off the season on a real high. Like I said before, tough swimming in mid-August. Not easy to do, especially if it's raced in July for tapered meet.
So Tobias Hansen of Denmark in lane 4, Sosnakis of Lithuania in 5. So away we go, Heat 2 of 6 in his men's 100 butterfly. It's the Santos in 0, Christensen in 1, Kvideris in 2, Canero in 3, Hansen 4, Sosnakis in 5, Urbanek in 6, Aspeniche in 7, Kermans in 8, and Mann in lane 9. It is a very, very full heat. What an advantage this is for Tobias Hansen. He's a 54.99 man. A lot of the men in Heat 3 are 54 men anyway this season. 24.72 he turns in, looking good. Canero in 2nd, and in 3rd is Sosnakis of Lithuania. Canero, who is swimming for Luxembourg. They actually have quite a Portuguese population there. It's Tobias Hansen who's going well for Denmark right now and leading by a considerable amount. 54.99 this year, and finally back in him is Canero of Luxembourg. And looking really good in 3 and accelerating well is João Canero ahead of Tobias Hansen. Coming in, Canero takes it, and Aspenice in 2nd for Portugal. Hansen in 3rd place. João Canero, good win that was, and that was taken in 54.57.
54.5, I thought we'd have a 54 mid, and we did. Hansen out like an absolute rocket, just died hard in that back 25, so paid for it. The differing tactics. And the 3 confirmation, Corniero first in a 54.5, Aspiensen 55.1, and Hansen just back on 55.7.
Heat 3, Jack Casson of Ireland, the fastest in this, 54.11. Evan Bailey of Ireland popping up in lane 7. Bailey from New Ross Swimming Club, coached by Fran Ronan. Jack Casson, National Centre in Limerick, with his coach John Zuranek. In 5, Sebastian Linek of the Czech Republic, Polak Tonali of Turkey in 3, Davide Harabaggi of Italy in 6. So here we go, Heat 3 of 6, Gebrat in 0, Schubert in 1, Muller in 2, Tonali in 3, Casson in 4, Lunak 5, Harabaggi in 6, Bailey 7, Tomler in 8, and Christensen is in lane 9. So Casson looking to start very well in 4 for Ireland, but it's Harabaggi in 6 for Italy. Lunak in 5 for the Czech Republic, going really brilliantly at the moment, and Casson trying to fight back in 4. Bailey in 7 is worth keeping an eye on, and in 9, Christensen, look at him popping up, Gebrat of Sweden in 0, so lane 0 and 9 again with the top 2, but now it is Evan Bailey of Ireland trying to move his way up. In lane 6 is Harabaggi of Italy going quite brilliantly, and in 9 Christensen, and fighting really well in 0 is Jedbrat, in 2 is Muller. Casson trying to respond in 4. This is quite a spread between these. Can Jedbrat hang on in lane 0? Muller in 2 is up there, Jedbrat takes it, Muller 2nd. Harabaggi 3rd, Casson 6, Bailey 7. What a win for Jedbrat in lane 0.
What a crazy race that was. The lead changed so many different times. And it was Jedbrat back in lane 0 there, 53.5. That's a really fast time for him. Just took it out, came home super strong for that one. The 2 Irish swimmers in 6 and 7. Muller in 2nd position as confirmation comes up now.
Yeah, Jedbrat takes it, 53.56 out of lane 0. Muller in 2nd for Denmark, Harabaggi 3rd for Italy. So we go into lane 4. Gabriel Jett to the United States, the fastest in this, 51.61. Lewis Fraser of Great Britain in lane 5. Matt Sates again in 3 for South Africa.
Gabriel Jett, he was 5th at the US Trials in 2023, joined 5th actually with a very famous swimmer in Caleb Dressel, the world record holder in this event. So he was joined 5th with Dressel, who's sort of out of form, out of sorts at the moment, took a bit of time away from the sport. But he was joined 5th there, so looking forward to see what he can do on Irish soil.
So Jett the fastest, 51.61. Heat 4. So underway in this 100 butterfly, it's Brish of France in 0, Dagada in 1, Comte in 2, Sates in 3, Jett in 4, Fraser 5, Gruntal 6, Shackle 7, Rizek in 8, and Valizada of Azerbaijan in lane 9. That's a really good start coming in lane 4 from Gabriel Jett. 5 alongside him, Lewis Fraser, as we approach the 50 in this 100 butterfly. Turning past this Brish of France in lane 0. What is it about lane 0 this morning? Jett in 4, Rizek in 8, only 12 hundredths between them. Fighting back well is Jett in 4. 3 extras slip back a lot. This is a really good run by Gabriel Jett in lane 4, and he has this really in the bag now, looking very capable and comfortable. He's taken this in the last 50 very, very well. Fraser in 5, but Jett will win by a long way. Jett takes a 51.53, a second and a half clear of Lewis Fraser in second, and Matt Sates third for South Africa.
That's a world-class time for Jett. Came home so fast there, 27.09. He came home in 51.5. No wonder he tied with Dressel at US Trials. That's some serious class on that back 25. Not easy to do on the 100 fly. Expect more from him tonight. Could we see a 50 point maybe?
So Jett takes a 51.53 for the United States. Lewis Fraser in second for Great Britain. And Matthew Sates third for South Africa. Rizek fourth for Austria. That was heat 4.
That's the best swim we've seen this morning, I think, by a mile. In terms of technique, class, the whole lot.
Heat 5 coming up. Jakub Mieszki of Poland, the fastest in this, 51.22. Edward Mildred of Great Britain next up in 5. 51.79 man.
Yeah, Majerski in the middle. He was bronze last year in Rome at the 2022 European Championships long course, so exactly the same race as this. He's got real experience here, so expect him to coast through. He's entered in a 51.22, so let's see another 51 this morning maybe. That was real fast from Gabriel Jett. The best time I think it even was as well. So heat number 5, penultimate heat.
So it's Andriopoulos in lane 0, Martin in 1, Matic in 2, Athiansen in 3, Mieszki in 4, Mildred 5, Nicholson 6, Kajil in 7, Carl in 8, and Hunter Ingram of Israel in lane 9. Really even at the moment. In 6, Nicholson's going very well for Denmark. Tight between the rest. In 5 is Mildred. In 4 it's Mieszki with that bronze on the Euros last year in the 100 fly, and at halfway it is Nicholson who leads. Atianainen in second spot for Estonia, Mieszki in third for Poland. Quarter of a second between the top 3. Nicholson going well, very well for Denmark, but now here comes the response. It's coming in 5 from Mildred for Great Britain. It's certainly coming in 4 from Mieszki, and Atianainen still up there for Estonia, going really well in lane 3. So Nicholson's fallen back for Denmark. Here comes the finish. Mildred coming up for Britain, just edged out by 200ths by Mieszki. Mieszki for Poland, Mildred second, Atianainen in third.
Yeah, Mieszki came home super strong there. 52.1, so still a well back from Jett, the American swimmer in the last heat. So that's going to be real. Expect all 3 of those swimmers to get back for tonight. That was a real sort of just professional heat swim there from Mieszki. And confirmation coming up now of heat 5.
Mieszki taking it 52.16, Mildred second with Great Britain, and Atiainen, Estonia in third place. Heat 6 of 6 features Simon Bucher of Austria. He's in lane 4. Adrian Jaskiewicz of Poland in 5. Clement Secchi of France in 3. Daniel Grasik of the Czech Republic in lane 6.
Yeah, Bucher just also back from the World Championships in Fukuoka. He was 26th there, so a bit back from making the semi-finals, but he's got a 51.1 entry time, so He's a world-class swimmer, is the Austrian. So expect another just professional heat swim from him. Just get the job done and get back for tonight's final.
Yeah, Bucher coming into this 51.18, which was 400s faster than Miejski.
Watch out for Jakovic as well. He's 51.7 and 5. He's fast.
Yeah, Sivic in 0, Kukulis in 1, Schulrath in 2, Secchi in 3, Bucher in 4, Jaskovic in 5, Grashik in 6, Mizrachi in 7, Martinez in 8, and Voltezos, he is in lane 9 for Greece. This is even, very even. Lane 9, Efstrathios Voltezos of Greece, right up at the top of your previous picture, is going really well. Don't know if he'll be in the top 3. He's not. Bucher in the lead, Secchi in 2nd, Schulrath in 3rd, 0.3 between the top 3. Bucher, an Olympian as well in his own right, swimming in Tokyo at the age of 21. Now trying to take the advantage up in lane 4. Jaskovic of Poland in 2nd place and looking very solid with it too. Simon Bucher of Austria, very, very comfortable. He has the advantage and he has the win. 51.71 ahead of Jaskovic and Secchi, and 51.71 is the winning time.
Another 51 there, 51.7, so he'll go in 2nd position, I think, tonight. So happy enough with that swim for a heat swim here on the Friday morning of the European Under-23 Championships. Jakovic as well, 52.06 he was.
Bucher takes a 51.71 for Austria, Jaskovic 2nd, Secchi in 3rd, Grachik in 4th, Sivic in 5th for Croatia.
Good for the...
Who's impressed you most then?
Out of the whole event, it was definitely Gabriel Jet there. And he went to heat number 4. He was just looked like he wasn't even trying for a 51 low. So can't wait to see what he can go tonight. Maybe 50 point.
So Gabriel Jet, the fastest, 51.53 ahead of Simon Bucher of Austria, Jaskovic in 3rd, Miejski in 4th. Rizek, the reserve for Austria.
States just missing out as well there.
Yeah.
10th or 11th.
States would have been expecting a little bit higher. It didn't happen for him. The 56 in the men's 100 metres butterfly. And we've got 12 in the women's 200 IM, and here are the first 6 of them. Lea Schlossen of Great Britain going in lane 4, Justine Kozan of the United States in 5, Hannah Bergman of Sweden in 3, 2:15 this season, but Schlossen has gone out to 2:11 in the 200 IM. So it's Tucker in 2, it's Bergman in 3, it's Schlossen who is not in 4, Kozan in 5, Herkler in 6, and Niradi in lane 7. So Lea Schlossen hasn't made it for one reason or another, so that really opens things up for the rest of the field, particularly in this heat. Bergman going really well for Sweden in the butterfly in the first 50 as they go into the backstroke, and leading after 50 Bergman by 0.77 from Niradi of Hungary in 2nd place and Tucker of South Africa in 3rd.
Yeah, Schlossen not there. She was European Junior Champion just a month and a half ago and set the championship record in this event, so obviously opting for different swims at this, or maybe just not here at all. But at the moment, the 200 medley all over the place tactically. You got to sprint almost each leg and just try and hang on and have the fitness. But the breaststroke is where we'll see the big change in lead, if there is to be any. At this moment in time, it is the number 7, Niradi of Hungary, who looks to take the slight advantage out in the 102.92. And because Slossen's not here, I think really you've only got to beat one swimmer out of the 2 heats to make it back for tonight's final. So as long as you don't come dead last, you'll get a second swim tonight. But this, the breaststroke will kind of separate, and you'll see the rest of the field now beginning to come back slightly on the Iradi of Hungary. And bottom of your picture looks like lane number 2, Dakota Tucker of South Africa, to have a strong breaststroke here.
Yeah, Tucker progressing really well. Dakota Tucker of South Africa in 2, and Bergman in 3. And in 6, it's Kim Hekle of Germany. Well, definitely the first 2 will definitely be expected to see in the final, and more than that, perhaps, for Hekle leading out of 6 for Germany. 0.22 clear of Bergman, who lost away a little bit in that breaststroke. Tucker in 3rd spot into the final dash, the final 50. Lane 5, Justina Kozan with an empty lane alongside her, but she's progressing really well despite that, and Hekle going well for Germany in 6 on her right-hand side. But it is Justina Kozan of the United States who is well clear and who will take this. 2:13.91, Kozan takes it. Hekle in 2nd place and Bergman in 3rd, and they should all progress in 2:13.91, the winning time for Justina Kozan.
Yeah, I imagine they'll all progress quite comfortably. Kozan just the class of her own there. The only swimmer sub 30 on the freestyle leg there. That's really, really fast for that freestyle leg. And like I said about the breaststroke being so important, Niredi dropping back to 5th after being first at 100.
Yeah, Kozan from California winning for the United States, 2:13.91. Hekle 2nd for Germany. 3rd was Bergman. Anna Walsh returning for Ireland in the 200 IM. Fastest seed in this, 2:10.92. Leah Polonsky of Israel again, 2:12.31 in lane 5, and Kelly Messel of Germany going in lane 3.
Walsh back in the water now after that 100 fly. She'll be going in 2nd tonight for the final, so looking to do a backup. She was 9th at Worlds just a few weeks ago in this event, a 2:10.92, which got her qualification berth for the Olympic Games next year in Paris. Crazy to think, Olympics already coming around again.
So it's Maluka in 2, Messel in 3, Walsh in 4, Polonsky 5, Tisandi in 6, and DeLange again in lane 7, who's having a really busy morning. Ellen Walsh from Tempolo, high finisher, involved in the relay national record as well in Fukuoka, and tearing things up well in lane 4 at the moment. Alongside her in 5, Polonsky's progressing well, and Messel in lane 3, Walsh moving up in 4. At the end of the opening segment, the fly, it is Walsh who leads 29.11 by 1700 ahead of Messel. Polonsky 3, Tisandi 4, and Maluka 5 for Latvia. 6 was the launch for South Africa going into the backstroke, and it is still Emma Walsh holding a slight lead over Leah Polonsky halfway through it.
Yeah, Walsh looking strong, but it's actually lane number 2, Maluka, looking really strong out of Latvia. But like I said in the last event, the breaststroke will kind of separate the winners and losers in this heat. Polonsky, she was 21st at Worlds there a few weeks ago. Swims out of Cal Berkeley. So she's going to have a good endurance with her and a good racing mentality. Maluka from Walsh from Polonsky at the moment. But Walsh has got a strong breaststroke, and expect her to... But don't expect any of these girls actually to really go hammer and toe. Just try and sort of coast through this heat, get in, get ready for tonight. Especially for Walsh, who's got a 100 fly to prepare for also.
Well, just getting through this heat is the main thing, and fast, and to get a good draw for tonight's final. Will Ellen Walsh be the fastest for Ireland going into the final of the women's 200 IM? She looks currently good for a spot in the decider. Final turn into the freestyle. Walsh leads by half a second over Messel, with Polonsky in 3rd spot, and now the final streak towards the end. Ellen Walsh well clear from Tempolo Swimming Club in Dublin, and quite clear by a length. Messel fighting back for Germany. Polonsky 2 lengths back. Right now falling down into 4th spot because Maluka's fighting back well for Latvia here. But it is Ellen Walsh who's going to take the honours here for Ireland, and by a nice margin too, I would imagine. Walsh takes it by 0.46, Messel in 2nd and Maluka 3rd. So Ireland, Germany, Latvia, the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, Walsh really switched off there towards the end. 2:15. She was a 2:10 in Fukuoka, so a lot more from her tonight. But of course, she had to just coast down. No point going max effort there. She's got that 100 fly to prepare for as well. So a tough double that 100 fly to 200 medley. Not easy, especially going in from the 100 fly to the 200 medley as well.
Ellen Walsh takes it 2:15.01. Messel in second, Maluka third, Polonsky in fourth spot. Great result for the Dubliner in Dublin, and if you're watching in Dublin or not very far away, you are more than welcome to tootle along here this evening. Evening session beginning at 6 p.m. Tickets will still be available, and for the weekend as well. So you're seeing at Kazan, the fastest for the United States, 2:13.91, but Ellen Walsh is the fastest European going into tonight's final. And Messel, Hekla, Tucker of South Africa, Maluka of Latvia. That could be a good final, especially with Leah Schlossand missing out for Great Britain, did not start this morning. So the mixed 4x1 medley: Finland, Israel, Hungary, Serbia, Ireland, Turkey, Denmark and the United States are the 8 in this.
I love this event, so many tactics you can see. So for those of you who don't know, you'll have 2 male and 2 female swimmers on this, and you can choose whatever you want. So you can put 2 male swimmers on back and breast, and then 2 females on fly and free, or you can mix it up. So we can see, some teams have opted in lane number 8, especially America, and lane number 1, which is Finland. They've opted to go females first, which means they'll be a good bit behind at the 100 meters, but then it really makes up for really interesting racing, especially if you've got a female trying to hang on with a male catching them, or the opposite way around. So yeah, interesting.
Ireland, by the way, are going man, man, woman, woman. Short, Corby, Walsh, Catterson.
That's a more traditional way of doing it usually.
Thank you.
Now it is a reasonably short tradition, but all the same. Serbia in 4, Ireland in 5. And the wait commences again.
Yeah, the reason it's more traditional to go male is because if you go female and you get behind, you get stuck in the wash and it makes you go slower. So even though those lane ropes create a lot of block, the wash can still get over the ropes and it will slow you down, but not always. But that's kind of why. So that's why the majority have gone male to open.
So Finland in 1, Israel 2, Hungary 3, Serbia 4, Ireland 5, Turkey is 6, Denmark 7, and the United States of America in 8. Ora for Finland, Marana Israel, Yajo Hungary, Dragolovic of Serbia, Short of Ireland, Satir of Turkey, Pedersen of Denmark, Stanton of the USA. So going well in 4 is Dragolovic of Serbia. John Short looks to be in about 3rd spot. I'll tell you what, in 3, Yajo, yes, for Hungary, he leads. Israel in 2nd spot, and 3rd, Turkey. 4th spot, Serbia after that. Moving up a little bit, Ireland a little bit behind after that first segment in the 4x1, remember this is.
I'll tell you what, Staden is hanging tough, isn't she? The American swimmer, she's hanging tough with lane number 7 as well, Pedersen, so watch out for the Americans right in 8.
Yeah, they'll be going with the men. It is Hungary 1, Israel 2, Turkey 3, Ireland in 5th spot, Serbia in 4th, as they turn things around for the 2nd heat. And we go into the fly.
It's going to be really interesting. America have gone female, male, so they're going to come back so fast. But at the moment, lane number 2, the Israeli team, they've gone male, they've front loaded hard. They've got a big lead here to contend with, but it doesn't mean much. Yep,
Polonsky in front for Israel, 1:22.44. It is actually considered the lead at the moment. Owen Corby was moving up in the 2nd place, about 2.5 seconds behind. Going very well in lane 5, I have to say. But it's Israel in lead, Ireland in 2nd place, and Serbia in third. But the United States are throwing out their 2 men in the second half of this. So as we reach halfway, it is Israel who lead. It's Ariel Hayon who takes over. In the second spot, it is Serbia. Zivanovic now taking over for the third element on Corby. In third for Ireland. Actually, it's these 3 who are way ahead of the rest. And in fourth spot, right now in lane 3, are Hungary in the breaststroke.
Yeah, so Israel ahead. And then number 2 from Ireland as well. Ellen Walsh having a strong swim as well. But watch out for America, top of your picture. They've got male at the back. They will storm home so fast. That's what makes this event so interesting. So go females, very interesting. But up in lane number 5, they have Gabriel Jett, who I was so impressed with. He's going to come home fast. And then the freestyle, it's going to be all down to the freestyle coming in. But the Israeli swimmer holding on super strong, that is Latinen. Polonsky, excuse me, sorry.
Yeah, Polonsky currently for Israel, Ellen Walsh for Ireland in lane 5. But the United States are finishing strongly. Gabriel Jett's about to hand over into the freestyle. It is Ayla Spitz at the turnover for Israel. And now the United States are moving up. And moving up very strongly. It is Israel 1, United States 2, Ireland 3, Serbia 4. Here comes the final 50. It's Salmon turning in the lead for the United States and looking very strongly with it as well. And well clear. Catterson in second place and third place for Ireland. I think really it's not quite come up right on the system. It is still Marana in second place for Israel, but the United States are going to take it. Serbia are up in the third place, Ireland the fourth. The United States will win and will win well. How well they timed that. Israel in second place, and it's a real sprint for third, and Turkey moving up, almost got it. Hungary have been given third, Denmark 4. Not quite sure about that. Ireland seems to be well up there for me as well. But it is the United States and Israel. It's been given as Hungary 3 and Denmark 4. Ireland 5, Turkey is 6, we will see, but the winning time, very impressive, 3:46.39, which is it's not bad in terms of compared to the European record, but USA taking it.
Yeah, USA, they were some 20 metres behind at 200 metres. It's crazy, this event's so interesting. So great to watch for the spectator, for the neutral. They came back so fast. So all different. It's great to see when there's when there's different tactics going on and everyone's not just swimming the same way. It becomes a wee bit more monotonous. But when there's different orders, it makes, and the lead can change tons of times, which makes it really interesting. But just 2 heats here. So the Irish back in 5th. They'll have to. They might be okay. Might be okay.
Yeah, 3:54.74 was the Irish time there for Short, Corby, Walsh, and Catterson. And they went the traditional route. USA went a different route, and on this occasion,
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, your times, your swimmers are still going to dictate. But at the very top level, when it's tight, sometimes that wash can come into play. That's why it's so interesting. But I think GB, when they won in Tokyo, I don't think they went male. No, they did. They went male, female. So that is the traditional way to do it. But more than one way to skin a cat. Looks like we got a big switch up here as I'm looking down, as you get great shots of the crowd here in Dublin, Blanchardstown. But there's going to be a good mix again of female-male on this backstroke.
That is the Spanish team, I reckon, in the middle. I'm just only judging from the Spanish flag, of course, with some Dutch coaches in front, some of the French team behind. Just looking for that first heat result to be ratified. A few things being checked, as tends to happen in terms of medley relays. Heat 2 will feature Great Britain and Slovakia in lanes 4 and 5, France in 3, Poland in 6.
Someone very excited there in the crowd. Is that Spanish?
Yeah, they can see themselves on the big screen, which is a bit out of sight of where we are, but that's where they are. They are obviously very heavily supporting Spain as well. but we are still awaiting the ratification of that first result. There are a few things being checked, but at least they don't have to wait in the pool, which is one piece of good news. Now, there is a disqualification. Finland have been disqualified.
Maybe for a flying start. You have to wait until the swimmer in front of you touches the wall, obviously, before you can go. If you go early, the electronic board will pick it up, so your feet have to still be on the block when the swimmer touches. So you can begin your motion to go, but your feet still have to be on the block when they touch. It's all about timing, and it's hard sometimes under pressure when the crowd's going crazy, your heart rate's accelerated. You want to race for your teammates, so you got to stay calm in that kind of situation. I loved racing the relays when I swam.
France are going to start with a woman in Cousson. The French team will be Cousson, Fitzpatrick, Berthelot and Lebois. Great Britain, Adam, Goodburn, Grieve and Clifton. So that's man, woman, woman. Slovakia, Fulton, Vadovikova, Dikash and Sluzna, which looks to be man, woman to me. Poland will be Gorash, Kasulowski, Petrovska and Fitzkovic.
Bit of a wait here, but always happens at these competitions. Some, electronics can fail certain things. Well, here we go now.
Yep, United States take it. 3:46.39. Israel second, ahead of Hungary, Denmark and Ireland. 3:45. Finland disqualified. But they were down the field anyway. They were in the bottom two. So the second heat of two, Great Britain and Slovakia in lanes 4 and 5. Greece, Spain, Germany, France, Britain, Slovakia, Poland, Austria and the Netherlands are the 9 in this.
So just the two teams going with females first. But as we saw with the Americans, the race is not over until the last swimmer gets in. Lane number 5 there did a front somersault to get in. Who was that? Full time, having fun.
Yeah, it's good to be keen. France and Netherlands are starting with female swimmers. Bertel Cousson and Lotte Hosper, respectively. So Greece 0, Spain 1, Germany 2, France 3, Great Britain 4, Slovakia 5, Poland 6, Austria 7, and the Netherlands in lane 8 in this get underway with the backstroke, and Great Britain starting really well with Jonathan Adam, and in lane 6 as well, Marcin Gora for Poland, looking to be in second spot. Had been a good start for Cornelius Jan of Germany in 2, but has slowed down a bit, so it's Great Britain 1, Greece 2, Poland 3, Germany 4, Spain 5, midway through the first segment, the first 100 of the 4x1.
Yeah, Jonathan Adam went super deep off that turn there. Used that underwater kick. He's having a stormer. Like Will said, in number 6, Gorash of Poland looking strong as well. But Jonathan Adam, a complete class away. Real high stroke rate as he comes in. He's going to be a 53, 56. That's a super time for Jonathan Adam for the British team. As another male goes in for them. So all these teams sticking with males, apart from a few maybe going females. The German team, that looks like, going female now. So expect the Brits to still be ahead here at the 100 metre mark, unless lane number 0, that's the Greek, that's Aspudagalis, looking quite strong.
Yeah, Archie Goodburn for Great Britain as we reach the 150, and he does lead by a second over Kalasowski of Poland. Aspugalis of Greece is in third spot, Mladenovic of Austria in fourth, Nella Schulze of Germany in fifth place, Rodriguez of Spain in sixth, Luca Janssen in eighth spot, currently for the Netherlands, who started with a woman. So in lane 4, Archie Goodburn approaching halfway, but it's going very, very well in terms of the butterflies. We reach halfway. They went man-man. Kolosowski had moved up right at halfway for Poland to lead. Great Britain in second place. Greece in third. Fourth are Austria. And in fifth spot are the Netherlands.
Kolosowski came home like a freight train on that second 50 of that second leg, the breaststroke. And he's given, Poland the lead. quite comfortably now. But the British swimmer, it is Lucy Grieve, trying to hang tough and keep in position. And now watch for the males coming in the back as well. In lane number 2, we have Edam of Germany is a male swimmer, and let me check. Well, they've got a female going at the end, so he's got a lot of work to do to bridge the gap. But at this moment, it looks like Britain and Poland look the strongest.
Yep, Poland in lane 6 leading the way at the moment, ahead of Great Britain in 4. Petrovska for Poland, Lucy Grieve for Great Britain. And then in lane 0, going well, is Damasiotti for Greece, another female swimmer, so she's in 3. And in lane 7 is Iris Berger for Austria, another female swimmer. In terms of the males, quite a bit down in lane 5 was Dikash of Slovakia. So it's Poland who lead with 100 to go. Great Britain in 2nd place, Greece in 3rd, 4th Austria, 5th Germany, and in 6th spot France. And it's really mixing things up a lot. Is there a bit of a fight back coming in 3 for France with Pierre Lebois and Fitzkiewicz of Poland in lane 6. 50 to go. It is Poland who lead. Great Britain in 2nd spot, 0.55 down. Then a gap of 3 seconds fully to Greece in 3rd, Austria 4, and France in 5th place. Here comes the final sprint.
Here comes the French.
Trying to reel him back in. Lebois of France. But in lane 6 leading the way, it is Poland. Poland ahead of Great Britain. And then France look as if they're going to hold on. Great Britain trying to move up. Have they done it? They have. Clifton held on. Beat Lebois by 0.25 of a second in the end. Great Britain winner. France in 2nd. Poland 3. Netherlands 4, who finished with a man in Sean Nievold. Wow, what a finish that was, but it is Great Britain who take it 350.45. Kate Clifton, well done.
Oh, Kate Clifton, great job to hang on there. Lebois was coming home so fast. And even top of your picture as well. That was the Dutch. Was that the Dutch at the end there with a male? I think it was. So that's such great racing. There's confirmation. GB hanging on just from France. And Lebois got the Polish by 0.04. So that shows up. So they're 350. So they're somewhat 4 seconds back from the Americans.
Yeah, Great Britain take it 350.45. Kate Clifton held on well. Poland in 2nd place, Poland in 3rd, France 2nd, divided by 0.04. And actually Israel also were faster than the winning time in that second heat. So the United States 346.39, they've been the fastest qualifiers. Israel in 2nd, Great Britain 3, France 4. Denmark will be the first reserve. Very tight, by the way, between 2nd and 5th. Ireland in 12th spot will not make it. Austria there as reserves also. And Finland disqualified.
Yeah, we're in for some race tonight. Obviously the Americans can't win the European medal for obvious reasons, but only 1.2 separating the top 5 there of the European teams.
Women's 800 freestyle. This is the slow heat of the 2. The fast heat tonight, the final. So 4 going in this, 2 for South Africa, 2 for Germany. Antonopoulos will be in 3 for South Africa. Selena Reeder of Germany in 4, Fabienne Venske of Germany in 5, Lee McMorran of South Africa in lane 6. There's a swim off, by the way, that's coming off in around 20-25 minutes time. That will be in the 200 freestyle and will be between Peters of the Netherlands and Jankovic of Croatia.
Oh, that's so tough to do a swim off for a 200 free. You never see it in 200 free. It's usually in a 50 or something like that, but they've got another 200 free, and then the lucky swimmer gets to do it again tonight. So 3 200 frees in a day is tough going, let me tell you.
149.31 both. More about that later. Women's 800 freestyle underway then. Carla Antonopoulos of South Africa in lane 3, Selena Reeder of Germany in 4, Fabienne Venske of Germany in 5, Lee McMorran of South Africa in lane 6. And the fastest of the 4 in terms of the campaign, Selena Reeder of Germany, 8:32.44. She's the athlete in lane 4, obviously, and a good start for her after 50 in this women's 800 freestyle, and she'll turn first in 30.02. Venske in 2nd and McMorran in 3rd.
Yeah, so expect these swimmers on the first sort of the 800 meter freestyle, completely different event to what we've sort of had. We haven't even had a 400 event this morning. We've had all 100s, 50s, 100s and 200s. So that's the 800. It's a distance event. So the first 100 you're going to sort of set up the stroke. You're always going to be a bit faster in the first 100 because of the dive, because of adrenaline. And so after this 100 now, they're going to want to settle in. After maybe 200 meters or 150 meters, they'll want to settle into a nice rhythm of what they need to hold. So all these swimmers will know exactly their pacing times of what they need to be holding per 50, per 100, and they'll break it down. They'll break it down into either, 2 400s, 8 100s, or 16 50s, whatever sort of suits them in their own head to sort of get that pendulum of just ticking over. But expect the field to sort of level out of what it's going to be after about 200 meters, and then it rarely changes unless it's very close. But it's Germany 1, Germany 2 here, and the 2 South African swimmers back in 3 and 4.
Yeah, Selena Rieder, 4 times a silver medalist at the European Juniors. She's from Wittlich in Rhineland, right alongside Luxembourg. 1500 freestyle, silver twice in Hungary in 2016 and Helsinki in 2018, and silvers as well in Helsinki in the 800 freestyle and the 4x2. 22 years old now, she turned in January, and approaching the quarterway mark at 200 meters and leading quite comfortably ahead of Fabiana Venska. 2:06.29. She turns in Venska 2 seconds behind, with the South Africans in 3rd and 4th. Selena Rieder, she's with the International University of Applied Sciences. Started swimming at the age of 7. She was paddling along up until then, and then she says at the age of 7 decided to take it in a more professional way at the age of 7.
Wow.
She's doing a good job as she reaches 250.
Yeah, that's 7. Having that mindset's crazy, but just shows you all these swimmers will swam from when they're really young age and will almost specialise in swimming by the time they're 13 at probably the latest, 12, 13. So so it's all about young swimmers. Well, you'll know the swimmer who made this event famous, Katie Ledecky, winning gold in London 2012, upsetting Rebecca Adlington to win gold. I think she was 15 years of age. So so she's set to the 7-time Olympic gold medalist, Katie Ledecky, the world champion just there from Fukuoka. So really set the standard in this event. World record is scary fast in this event for her. So, but it's more a younger girls' event and a younger man's event, the distance events. You don't get a lot of older swimmers really swimming them.
Well, and not in the under-23s either. It is Rieder who leads Venska in 2nd spot. So she finished 4th in the German Championships this year in both the 800 freestyle and the 1500 freestyle. She was 6th in the 400 free, and then in the short course, silver in last year's German Championship final in the 1500. It is a considerable margin. It is 4 seconds of a lead for Rieder over Venska. Germany 1-2, South Africa 3 and 4. 15th Venska was in the European Championships last year in the 1500 free, but she is a regular champion, regular medalist in terms of the German Championship. So we reach halfway. That's 400. Rieder's lead is getting longer and longer all the time. Coming through in 6:14. Venska just about 4.3 seconds behind in 2nd spot. And for Antonopoulos and McMorran, the race is on for 3rd place.
Yeah, Rieder will need to pick up the pace slightly if she'll want to get under her best time. She's in 8:32, so she's directly split that in 2 at the 400. But like I said earlier, the first 100 is always a bit faster, and your last 100 will always be a bit faster as well when you put on the afterburners and kick into that anaerobic system on the last 100. The 800 meter freestyle and aerobic event, so a real sort of more distance oriented event. So Rieder coming in quite comfortably, but she's going to have to kind of pick up the pace ever so slightly if she wants to get a best time. And for those of you that don't know, because the 800 meter freestyle is a lot more taxing than a 50 or 100 or 200, you just swim the fastest heat from the entry sheet will go in the final tonight as the final. So you don't have heats and finals. It's only 3 days. There's not enough time to recover between heats and finals for an 800 free or a 1500 free. So what they do is they just swim the fastest heat as a final tonight. So it's very unlikely, but if Ryder goes a time that's good enough to win gold tonight, she'll get the gold medal, but it's very, very unlikely for that to happen. So we just have the one heat of the women's 800 as Ryder extends her advantage, and then the one heat of the men's 1500, and then we'll have the fastest heats tonight where the medals should be probably decided as we approach 350 to go.
Yep, at the 5:50 mark, it is Selena Rieder who leads. Fabienne Wenske in second place, just about 6 seconds down, 5.85, and the battle for third in this heat, Lee McMorran. So we're approaching 200 to go here, 600 metres of the 800. And it's a considerable lead for Rieder, the four-time European Junior silver medalist. Wenske with a whole plethora of German championship medals, so she is quality in her own right. Lee McMorran is currently in third place here, with Carly Antonopoulos of Durbanville in fourth position, so less than 200 to go for Rieder. In terms of the 800 free, 9:02 is Antonopoulos's lifetime best from the South African National Championships. Now that's short course, by the way, 3 years ago. There's no stopping Rieder in this, and I guess it's the thing when you're drawn in this slow heat, just go as fast as you can, do what you can, and try and get up the rankings in terms of the top 8 who we're going to see tonight. Top 8
I mean,
plus.
it's Rieder was entered 9th or whatever it might have been, 11th, depending if there's some 10 in the final. You know, so she'll not really have expected to win a medal anyway. It's going to be about her and the clock. Technically, she'll want to come here, get a best time, finish off the season strongly so she can prepare for next year. I mean, I think she's going to be off her best time here unless she comes home like an absolute animal. So she's through in a 7:34, so her best is in the 8:32, so she has to come home in a 57. That's not going to happen. But, you know, a solid swim, hard swimming out in front as well.
So the bell there for Selena Rieder for Germany, and by a considerable margin. Just visually, she is around 15 metres at the very least clear of Fabienne Wenske, and Wenske herself is 30 metres clear of McMorran. Here's the final turn, 50 to go. Rieder leads 8:07.33. It's going to be quite tough for her to get inside her season's best and her lifetime best, but if she can wade up as high among the field as she can, that will be a result for her. Rieder is going to take this slow heat of the women's 200 freestyle, the fast heat tonight, but Rieder will get a win of sorts, and by a long way. Stops the clock, 8:39.16, and she is just about 7 seconds outside. Second spot for Wenske, 8:47. And then McMorran was quite a bit clear of Antonopoulos in the end. Coming through in third spot. I can tell you, by the way, Irish junior record ratified in the 100 butterfly. That for Evan Bailey of New Ross, 54.22. Great result for him as McMorran comes through in third. So Deutschland 1, Rieder and Wenske. McMorran in third, and Antonopoulos in fourth place in that women's 800 free.
Yeah, 7 seconds over, which seems like quite a lot, but when it's the equivalent of being well under a second. Well, not well under, but under a second off in your 100. So, you know, it's not crazy off. It just adds up over 800 if you're off every 50.
So Rieder wins at 8:39.16, Wenske in second, 8:47.91, McMorran 3, Antonopoulos in fourth. Second last race of the morning. It is the men's 1500 freestyle. It is the slow heat. It is Levin Peschloff of Germany who's the fastest in the field here. 15 minutes, 15 seconds. We'll see how close he can get to that. So underway. This is the last race in regulation, but remember we do have that swim off coming up very shortly. in the men's 200 freestyle. So the field in this, it's Ligas Jönsson of the Faroe Islands in 1, Jose Paulo Lopez of Portugal in 2, Zalan Zakani of Hungary in 3, Levin Peslov of Germany in 4, Jov Romano of Israel in 5, Diogo Cardoso of Portugal in 6, Luca Carl of Austria in 7, Thomas Forbes of South Africa in 8. It is Lopez who leads, 27.52 for Portugal, a 100th ahead of Zakani of Hungary in 2nd place. In 3rd it is Peslov of Germany, 4th Jov Romano of Israel at the end of the opening 50 here as we head towards 100 and basically 1/15th of this slow heat of the men's 1500 freestyle. And Lopez going well for Portugal. He leads by 0.4 winner ahead of Zakani of Hungary in 2nd and Peslov of Germany in 3rd spot at the 100 mark.
Yeah, very like the 800 freestyle, you know, the 1500, it's an extension of that. So, get the field to settle out at about 200 to 300 metres and then settle into the rhythm. So some swimmers will try and swim off each other, almost try and use the other's momentum, the other's pace to continue that kind of momentum through the race. So at the minute we got Lopez first from Sarkani of Hungary. So these two swimmers might battle it out here for a wee bit. Might kind of just eyeball each other and go, okay, right, I'm swimming off you, I know exactly what time you're going. So, you know, so sometimes that's important in a 1500 to almost, coaches will always talk about swim your own race, don't worry about other people. But in the likes of a 1500, sometimes it's good to just swim off someone else, see what they're doing. You know, take a bit of attention off yourself and just kind of ride the wave. Great turns from Lopez, just staying under a little bit longer, actually. So it looks like these two are going to be the battle for 1st and 2nd position in this. It is the Portuguese and the Hungarian.
Yeah, Sarkani and Lopez are the two we'll be talking about a lot, certainly for the early exchanges of this race. Approaching 250. Jose Paulo Lopez of Braga Swimming Club. He competed in the most recent Olympic Games in Tokyo 2 years ago. Currently in 2nd spot behind Zakani of Hungary, obviously a brilliant swimming nation, and in Budapest regularly hosting European and World Championships there. And the Zakani holds the slight advantage. It's annual, almost. It's annual. Lopez and Zakani, the 1 and 2. They've got great facilities there. I'll tell you, next week it's the World Athletics Championships there. They've certainly got facilities across the sporting spectrum. But it's Zakani who leads at 300. Hedo Lopez, quite a quality fashion as well, I have to say, by 0.59. And Romano, Jov Romano in 3rd spot for Israel for the time being. And Peslov in lane 4 in position 4. He went through in 3:05.
So keep an eye on the time, folks. These swimmers, I mean, they're a little bit outside, but they will have aspirations to go that magical sub 15 minutes. And that's averaging sub 1 minute. So some of you swimmers watching, you know, maybe swim in your local pool and you keep an eye on the time. You know, if you can go under 60 seconds for 100 metres, that's pretty good going. But imagine doing it for 15 in a row. So that's a real magical sort of barrier in distance swimming, men's distance swimming, that sub 15. So as they come into the wall now, watch, they'll need to be under 4 minutes and staying under 4 minutes, then under 5 minutes, then under 6 minutes. I think it will probably just get away with them, from them slightly. But they were 27. Yeah, so now they're sort of 57, so they're hanging on quite nice to that, and we just got to keep an eye on that, even if that creeps up. I mean, these guys are entering a 15:31 and 15:24, so the pace they're going now, they're definitely going to be sub 15:10, you know, so going to be interesting as it is Sarkani just sort of taking a little bit of the lead. Lopez happy enough to kind of let him go for now.
Yep, Zalan Zakani, he's the current reigning Pac-12 champion in the collegiate circuit, the NCAA in the United States. He took 8th in the NCAA final back in March, having taken that Pac-12 gold on the 4th of March. There's not much of a Pac-12 left, by the way. I think it's about a Pac-4. A lot of the colleges have resigned in the past week. That mainly due to a TV deal to do with American football and basketball. Obviously it would affect the other sports as well. But anyway, Zakani can't worry about that. He's representing Hungary very well at the moment. He will be in some conference next year, don't worry about that. Lopez in 2nd spot, and then a long way back to Romano in 3rd place for Israel. Fourth is now Luca Karl of Austria, who's moved up ahead of Levin Pechloff of Germany in fifth position. They're pacing themselves really well, approaching the 5:50 mark out of the 1500 in this men's 1500 final. He's a really good campaigner, Serkani. Is a big step in the end to go across to the US Collegiate Circuit. He was fifth in the European Championship in the 400 IM 2 years ago, but it is a big leap between that and then this.
Yeah, European juniors to here, you know, so what did you say, he was fifth in the 4 medley, so you know, he's distance swimmer, so it is a big leap. It's a big leap always stepping up. You know, myself as a swimmer, I never qualified for junior championships. I wasn't fast enough. I only matured at a later age, so I was really thrown in the deep end at Europeans and competitions like that. So, but these swimmers take it in their stride. You turn up, it's still swimming. It's still the same as you do at every competition. That's what you have to think about. You try and not make it as big of an event as it is. Turn up, it's still a lane, it's still a block. It's no different to training, it's no different to a race in your home pool. Right, and if you can sort of keep that mentality of sort of realise that it's a big event, understand that the adrenaline will be there, but also keep your cool, that's when swimmers swim their best. So Serkani extending his lead here comfortably, not even halfway yet.
Yeah, and the information that they've got 17 lengths to go. So at this stage, how are you pacing yourself? What's in your mind? You're kind of thinking, right, when do you accelerate, basically?
Well, I can't really speak from experience. I was a sprinter, this was not my thing, but I think at this point in time, you're kind of just coasting through the motions. You're understanding your pace, and I'd say at about 200 to go, maybe 300 to go, depending, you'll begin to think about upping it, and definitely by 150 to go, that would be what I would sort of say. By 3 lengths to go, you want to be really hammering, and then 100 to go, it's everything. Well, the worst feeling a swimmer can have, well, the worst feeling is finishing a race and thinking, I've got more in the tank, I could have gone faster. So this race, all about timing, all about understanding your body and being in check with your body, knowing how much energy you've got left, kind of vibing with your sort of energy system. So all these swimmers will know exactly, you know, for all we know, we're sitting commentating, but Serkani could be absolutely hurting here so badly. So we don't know, okay, but he doesn't look to be, but they'll be in touch with their body, and he actually looks to be extending his lead. So I'd say at about 200, begin to see it up in the 50s.
So that was halfway. This is 800, and Zalen Serkani of Arizona State going really well, 7:58.76 in terms of this heat at the very least, obviously. Lopez 6.57 behind. Very much an individual time trial for Serkani, pacing himself. It's very much him against the clock. So 13 lengths to go, 600 meters. Good urging for Jose Paulo Lopez from the Portugal camp, the coaches, the teammates in second position. Serkani leading the way very well. Lopez in second place. Luca Karl in third for Austria. Pechloff had been up with the top two for the first few lengths and then fell back a bit and then fell out of the top three altogether. Lopez in a decent position. So Luca Karl is in third spot. Romano is in fourth. He was top three for a long time. Cardoso in fifth. Pechloff is now sixth for Germany. Serkani is just about 50 meters ahead of them all. Pechloff down in sixth position. And you wouldn't say tying up, but he is quite a bit back. This man is setting all the pace at 900.
Yeah, you can tell a lot by leg kick. Well, you look at the leg kick of him. The leg kick in the 1500 or an 800, it's not really used to propel, it's used to kind of just balance. You know, if you are kicking your legs like crazy, well, you're going to build a lot of lactic acid in your legs. And you're going to lose a lot of oxygen that you vitally need to swim faster. So the legs are almost a balancing tool. You know, these swimmers will do a lot of pull sets. We put a pull buoy in, swim with paddles on, and then you'll only see the legs come in, like I said, that last 100 meters. So it's early doors in the 1500. If you're watching it, if there's a lot of leg kick early doors from a swimmer, that's usually a bad sign, because no swimmer can kick like crazy for, 15 odd minutes. So coming up to the 1,000 meter mark now, this will be. Let's see if he can stay under that 10 minutes. That's the first time he's over. So he's going to be definitely sub 15:10. A sub 15:05 would be a really strong swim for him. And he'll definitely have aspirations to go that sub 15 minutes at some point in his career, still a young man.
Yep, it is 1,000 meters. It is the 2/3 point in the men's 1500 freestyle. But so far he's paced this quite decently. You can see that he is just about, he is actually 100 meters now ahead of Luca Carl, who is in 3rd position in lane 7, and in lane 8, Thomas Forbes. That's who he's 2 full lengths ahead of, who unfortunately for him still is basically 550 meters to go, whereas Zerkani has 450 to go.
Yeah, lapping the field must be a great feeling. Feel like a home run the whole way around.
Yeah,
So
it's not such a great feeling if you're Elias Jönsson, who's in lane 1 there, and you know that you've fallen behind a little bit, and then you can possibly, out of the corner of your eye, see the guy 2 lanes alongside who's coming round again.
Demoralised.
400 to go. Is a really strong advantage for Zalin Zerkani. Jose Paulo Lopez has fallen considerably back at this stage in lane 2 by about 20-25 meters or so. Good rhythm being maintained by both, but there is no stopping Zalin Zerkani at the moment. 11:50, that's 3:50 to go.
And also it's worth noting, lane number 4 is Peschlo of Germany. He's entered in 5:15. He's miles back, absolutely miles back. So something's gone majorly wrong with him. He could be 16 something. You see him there now. He's just been passed there in the middle lane. It's rare you see a swimmer in lane 4 so far back like that. But Zerkani, no interest to him. He's coming up. He's got what, 300 to go. So now his brain will begin to think. He'll know exactly where he is. You know, he'll know he's got 300 to go. Now you'll begin to see slightly up in the stroke rate, slightly up in the legs, but tough. Well, you're not swimming against anybody. You're just swimming against yourself. You've just got to try and muster up something, especially in the morning now, you know.
He's going to have 250 to go after this. Don't worry about records or splits or so on. For Levin Peschlov in lane 4 for Germany, it's an off day basically. Well, it's never until after the race when you start getting the news trickling in that there might be a little tight hamstring or a quad, or there'd been a little bit of illness 2 hours or 2 days or 2 weeks beforehand. You never hear about these things before a race. They managed to keep mum and keep these undercover very, very well. So it's going to be 200 to go for Zalin Zerkani for Hungary. So he's going to be the man with the lead time until the men with the faster time come into the pool for the fast heat of the men's 1500 freestyle.
Yeah, a sub 15:05 would be a great swim for him here. A really great swim if he can do that. He's got to really put the burners on now. Maybe a 15:06, 15:07 is more. Maybe 15:06 is more likely. But depends what he has in the last 100. Some swimmers can absolutely fly in the last 100. You know, somewhat 3-4 seconds faster than they have been repping. So there's the board for 3 lengths to go, 150.
Yeah, here's with 150 to go. You see the man in 2nd position is already 2 full lengths ahead of the man in lane 1, Jönsson of the Faroe Islands. But it's a lead of about 30 meters or thereabouts because Lopez was only turning there. Zerkani was past the halfway mark, so the bell is on the way. 100 meters to go. He gets the bell now. 1400 of the 1500 done. So he's 14:04. Passing Lopez, coming back the other way now. Lopez speeding up a little bit perhaps, but it's been all about Zalin Zerkani, and this has very much been a time trial for him.
He was 30.3 on that 50 here, so we'll check to see what he is here. This should be a sub 30 hopefully for him. If he wants to get down that 15:05 mark, he's going to be just off. Let me check. 30.6 again, so he's going to be around 15:06, something like that. If he's 15:05, that's a great swim. Expect the legs to try and come in now as these beers. 25 to go. What a great feeling coming down the last 25 of this to 1500, but it is going to be Zerkani who's going to take this one.
And by a long way. Zalin Zerkani from Hungary, 5th in the European Juniors in the 400 IM 2 years ago, takes the win in the slow heat in the men's 1500 freestyle. 15:04.88 he did in the end get under 15:05. So kudos to that. I think he's reasonably satisfied. Little bob of the head, little nod. That's okay. Jose Paulo Lopez will be in second spot for Portugal and coming through in 15:23.29, and the rest are way down. Bit of a sprint, lanes 7 and 8. That'll be Carl in third, Cardoso in fourth. Luca Carl in the end, his time for Austria was 15:38.40, so he was 34 seconds down. Cardoso 15:39.88. Fifth, Romano of Israel, 15:52. Peshlov was 60 in the end, 15:54. He was down 39 seconds of his own time and almost 50 seconds down on the winning time here in this race. Jonsson and Forbes still quite a bit down, but Sarkani really controlled that. Jonsson of the Faroe Islands will be in 7th and Forbes in 8th.
Yeah, it happens for Peshlov, you know, sometimes you just dive in, you don't have it. You know, and these swimmers will all know within the first 20 metres, first few strokes, they'll know if they've got it or not. You know, by the feel of the water, you'll know exactly. So Sarkani had class of his own back in a 29.36 actually, so he stormed home for 15:04. That's a really good swim. He'll be sub 15 the next time he swims that tapered. But that concludes the 1500. We have the fastest heat tonight before our swim off.
Yes, it does not conclude the session. Go nowhere. We have a big swim off on the way. The result of the men's 1500 metres freestyle, the slow heat, heat 1 of 2. Zalin Sarkani of Hungary taking that 15:04.88. Jose Paulo Lopez of Portugal in second, and Luca Carl of Austria in third spots. The men's 200 freestyle swim off. Lucas Peters of the Netherlands in 4, and Nico Jankovic of Croatia in 5.
So tough to do a 200 free swim off.
Well, I'm not sure if they were glaring each other down boxing style. I'm sure not. Just the vagaries of how they were positioned. Maybe they were. Peters 4, Jankovic 5. So this is the shootout, 1:49.31. They both finished in earlier in their heats of the 200 freestyle, having to go and do it again and basically go as full tilt as they can to make tonight's final and swim this again for a third time. Jankovic narrowly out in front for Croatia in 5, and he will hit the front with a quarter gone and leading by 0.82.
Yeah, this is more mental than physical here, honestly. This is all about if you can get yourself up for this again, knowing you have to do it again tonight. But Jankovic has taken the early lead, just really comfortable. He's decided to go out. Wow, he's a body length and a half ahead. His legs are going like crazy, but he's decided, you know what, I'm going to go out for it. But Peters could maybe hang on. There's different ways to swim this race. You can go out super fast. He's out at 52.6. That is flying on that first 50. That is first 100. That's super fast. If he'd done that this morning, he might have hung on and not needed a swim off. But he's almost over a full body length ahead now. So very interesting. Has he gone too fast, too early? Time will tell.
Jankovic is a national record holder, has a lead of about a length at this stage. Lucas Peters, who comes into this with a men's 200 freestyle record of 1:45.73, did take gold in the Martinez Chocolate Cup, and he is trying to fight his way back a little bit here, and he is doing so. He's held a little bit in reserve. Jankovic has a nice advantage, and still a good advantage with 10 to go and 5 to go. Jankovic leading for Croatia, and he will just about take it and take a spot in the final, and that is 1:48.66. So he has sped up a bit there in the end by 3/4 of a second. So Jankovic takes it. Peters bows out in second spot. That was the shootout, and Jankovic took it for Croatia.
Yeah, both swimmers faster than they were this morning, so If they both got on that time this morning, they wouldn't have been in that swim off. So Jankovic went out like a rocket, 52 for 148.6. So it'll be a tough final for him tonight for his third turn of freestyle. There's confirmation.
So Jankovic wins 144.66, and Peters back in a time very close to that which he swam in the morning heats. But he misses out in the shootout, the swim out, for the final of the 200 freestyle. And we are back in just about 6 hours, 6 p.m. Dublin time, Irish summertime, the women's 50 breaststroke, to begin a absolute mass rank of 12 finals tonight. Women's 50 breaststroke, men's 200 backstroke, women's 100 butterfly, men's 200 freestyle, all the way through between 6 and just past 8 o'clock tonight, and the final of the mixed 4x100 meters medley. And if you're in the vicinity, try and come along tonight. It will be a cracking atmosphere for the first final session ever of the European Under-23 Swimming Championships. And that will be about 1700 GMT. So come back in time for that. Obviously our clocks go forward in Ireland. That will be at 1700 GMT, 1800 Irish time. Good morning, David?
Yeah, great morning racing. Some really great swims. Looking forward to that 100 fly final tonight for the males. So, and that relay will be great tonight as well. Fantastic. And we've got Daniel Whiffen going for gold for Ireland in the 1500. The fastest heat of that will be tonight. So, yeah, successful first morning here in Blanchardstown.
Yep, fun times. It has been a longer session than we were expecting as well. But reminder, 9:30 Irish time every morning. We're on here tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday as well. So the first finals to be decided, that'll be 6 p.m. Irish time, 1700 GMT. Please come back to us for that. See you then from David Thompson and Will Downing for this morning.